change. Keep it tuned to Citi. You're number one. Don't look no further. We've got it all covered. Citi FM.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, my neighbor.
Good morning to life.
Good morning.
Music, talk, inspiration, in perspective.
Express yourself.
Good morning, my neighbor.
Citi FM, your station.
It's a refreshing lifestyle.
Citi FM 97.3.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise. This is the Citi Breakfast Show. The city's biggest conversation.
My voice re-echoes. You are worthy of my worship, worthy of my praise.
Somebody release your worship. Yeah. We worship. Lift it up, everybody.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
Can you look at Jesus and tell him, this is my story.
From my spirit to my soul, until my voice re-echoes. You are worthy of my worship. You are worthy of my praise. Oh my God. If it's worthy of your praise, you must also live your life worthy of your calling. If it's worthy of your glory, you must also walk worthy of the position that you occupy. Many don't walk worthy. In fact, the things they do not befit their status nor their stature. Paul says in Ephesians 4:1, I therefore, the prisoner of the Lord, beseech you to walk worthy. Walk worthy. It means let your behavior be commensurate to the favor you have received. Let your conduct match up with the favor you've received. He repeats this in Colossians 1:10, that you may walk worthy of the Lord, pleasing him in everything. So the question for you, are you walking worthy of the position you occupy? Is your behavior becoming of the public officer you are? Whether you're a policeman, or whether you're a teacher, whether you're a pastor, or whether you're a painter, are you walking worthy? Are you living worthy? Are you behaving like the model citizen? Dunsin Oyokan with Lawrence Oyo. That's basically the message for the morning. Walk worthy of the calling to which you are called. There are disciplines which are incumbent of. For those of you in public life, even in private life, are you walking worthy as a father? Are you behaving worthy as a son or daughter or a mother? That's the question this song reminds us. It says, you are worthy of my praise. You are worthy of my worship. 6:31 City Breakfast Show. It's Thursday. It's a big day for us. It's indeed a big week. Oh my God. And the mornings are always better with a great song. It's a long song. You can keep playing it. My name is Bernard Kokuavle. I'm here with the team. Ajay. Grab the chance to win big in the Access Fakitwa Beji Kesia promo. Deposit a minimum of $250 into your existing account or a new one. Once you raise it to 500, you qualify for a draw. We've reserved a share of 500,000 CDs for you. Great rewards like PS5s, iPhones, and Chromebooks, all available in our 4 monthly mini draws and 2 mega draws. Call 0800 0044400. And we're always busy doing something. Today we are busy doing a forum on agribusiness. Tomorrow we are doing a market. 3 days of market. Hey, media for. Today's sky is in a jalabia. And it's a nice color. I don't know how to call it. It's like, what's the name of this color? Me, I only know red, gold, green. No.
So this is dark army.
This is what?
Dark army.
What?
Dark army color.
Dark army.
Yeah,
so it's like green.
Yeah, that's
green mixed with brown.
Yes.
Oh man. And Caleb has shoot to Charlie. He has dressed like he's going to Charlie.
I thought you were even speaking about dark army.
No. You dress very nice. Are you going to a program?
No.
Man, today is,
No, today you need to come for the event at the Alisa Hotel, because the way you've dressed today, you can't just waste it. you can't dress like this and just go and sit in your car and go home.
Yeah, that's true too.
So do a photo shoot.
We'll think about it.
Yeah, no, you're a big man. All right. So what am I doing this morning? I'm going to take a short break.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to come into the newspaper review. But I like the song. I want to keep playing
la
it.
la la
Yeah.
la la.
It'll be rough.
La.
Yeah.
They use that for
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
If you have 250 Ghana cedis right now, it can do wonders for you. Chairman, Fabeji, it could turn your tears into joy in the Access Bank Fakitwa Beji Kesia promo. Madam, Fabeji, it could get you up to 50,000 Ghana cedis cash prize. Business owner, For Beji, as a student, make transactions with your Access Bank card, and that could get you Spotify and Netflix subscriptions, PS5, iPhone 16 Pro Max, and more. This be out of class senso. For Beji, you see what 250 Ghana cedis can do for you? And Kasakra. For Beji, it's the Access Bank Fakitwa Beji Kesia promo. Deposit a minimum of 250 Ghana cedis and its multiples in your new or existing account and be on your way to winning a share of the 580,000 Ghana cedis in cash prizes and other amazing rewards. The more you deposit, the more your chances of winning. Promo runs from now to September 2025. This promo is in partnership with NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply. Access Bank, more than banking.
The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
All right, so don't forget that tomorrow is the 20th. That's when we bring you the Agri-fair. It's happening at the Fast Land Children's Park. 3 days of great market business. Fresh farm produce available at farm gate prices. But in the meantime, the news review is brought to you by Fidelity Bank. Join us at the Wheels and Homes Expo 25. Starts today at the Good Park Accra Mall. Whether you're buying your first home or upgrading your ride, this is your one-stop shop for great mortgage deals, expert advice, and unbeatable rates and discounts from our auto and real estate partners. It's brought to you by Fidelity Bank. Believe with us. So, gentlemen, let's go straight into the headlines.
Daily Guide this morning leads with Dr. Duchum joining the NPP's flag bearer race. Comes with a smiling photograph of the former education minister. Otumfuo prepares for Eswatini King's visit, and Oforiatta fails to halt OSP's wanted declaration. MMDA's grabbed 25 million Ghana cedis for development. Manhunt for 4 Ghanaians over international fraud.
The Chronicle, I'm ready to contest MPP presidential slot. Zion declaring he's looking smart here on the front page of the Chronicle. Also on the front page, the story about Foriatta's injunction application against OSP shut down. And court reporters need regulation. Some other stories in the newspaper this morning.
Daily Democrat, things fall apart over power struggle in the NPP. AMA Executive Committee adopts 24-hour Clean Accra project. Mayor's special weekend trading Green Accra initiative. Others at maiden meeting.
The Ghanaian Times says our dying creeks, Glepe Lagoon now refuse dam site. Fisher folk lose their livelihoods as a result. It's horrifying.
No, this is not new, right? They've been dumping refuse in the thing.
Oh, I see. Also on the front page this morning, next batch of MMDCs to be elected. This coming in from President John Dramani Mahama.
Okay.
Another story says 822,440 Ghana cards gathering dust at centers of the National Identification Authority. And MPP goes to delegate conference on July 19 this year. And we're told fire has gutted the Kolebu Reference Laboratory. Daybreak
has a story of Oforiatta. It simply says court dismisses Oforiatta and Media Without Borders question Muntaka about missing gold bars. Aduchum announces flag bearer bid. 99% of NPP council members backed early presidential primary. This is Justin Kudia. And probe in-path technologies over shady deals with state agencies.
The New Republic says East Legon Sakawa chairman sing like canary birds. Expose, or they are exposing politicians in $100 million romance scam. Also, Mahama vows to crush corrupt MMDCEs. And another story here that says Isiama urges mobile banking overhaul as mobile money takes 97% digital transactions.
Business and Financial Times. Producer inflation eases to 10.2% in May as industry prices retreat. And on export, concerns mount over potential share nut export ban. On payments, cuts international pushes for ATM fee reforms. And in banking, banks press to regain ground as fintechs lead digital finance. And the big one here, halt tallow license extensions. IEA urges government raises concerns over $700 million arbitration revenue losses.
Finally, from me, the Hawk newspaper says Panic Baumiakam shreds party rules to block Ken Also, the story here says, another story here says, CJ can't step in. Speaker is the end. Justice J interpreting the constitution there. And then Unchained, our focal plots return to fix NPP.
The overseer assemblies to cash out 25 million Ghana cedis each this year. This is President John Mahama. Top-down agenda meant to protect NPP executives. This is an NDC MP. You don't roof before the foundation. Boache Jako rejects NPP's top-down approach. NIA warns Ghanaians against photocopying of Ghana card by institutions, especially banks. The producer price inflation falling is here as well. And Russia warns US of nuclear disaster if it strikes Iran.
I'm going to start the online stories with the High Street Journal. Now, their lead story is that farm gate prices at Efua Sutherland Children's Park.
Yes.
Will policymakers just buy and leave or finally listen?
Big question.
It's a fantastic analysis by Solomon Boache of tomorrow's event that we're organizing with a very important question. Other stories: local printers hail government's textbook policy as boost for jobs and industry. And then what Ghana's new credit rating means for you and your business. This is also an analysis for the High Street Journal. If you come to citynewsroom.com, the MPP General Secretary's interview on The Point of View has a number of headlines. I'll give you three. It says the primaries are not skewed to favor Baumia, responding to a question. He also has been talking about he's been apologizing to Ghanaians, essentially. He says, we won't repeat mistakes. Forgive us, MPP, to Ghanaians. And then he says, we are keeping aspirants in check in response to question about overboard campaigning. In other stories, government working with US to freeze accounts of embassy fraud suspect. This is Okujetu Ablakwa, the foreign minister. And then headmaster granted bail after arrest for detaining BC candidates. I'm still on that website. A few more headlines. Over 800,000 Ghana cards remain uncollected. You read this already. And then we need strategic investment in agriculture to create more jobs. Agri Impact CEO. If you go to Channel 1 News, birth and death registry resume service amid ongoing strike. This is from the Ashanti region. Also, sanitary pad production in prisons under consideration. This is government through Kwachi Ofosu.
Nice.
And then bill conditions aren't meant to punish accused persons. Justice Amaleboba speaking during her vetting. If you go to myjoyonline.com, I'll give you three quick headlines from there. The first one: Ghana Ivory Coast cocoa supply shortage makes chocolate prices soar in the UK. Also, Education Ministry orders nationwide audit over poor quality SHS meals. And then we are not rushing to re-enter external market. This is the Vice President's economic advisor speaking after the Fitch upgrade.
Okay, let me just mention that the daily graphic, we don't have the physical copy here, but we have the digital copy.
Yep.
At least the front page that says Ni Adama Lache II wins appeal. Court orders House of Chiefs to restore him to register. But Gamanche office says King Teko Churu II remains chief.
All right.
The whole story is in that.
The headlines, it has the full details.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's take off this morning.
All right.
Big one on page number 3. Aduchum joins NPP flag bearer race. And as Kofi Adu former Minister of Education, Dr. Yao Osei Aduchum has officially announced his intention to contest for the flag bearership of the new Patriotic Party when nominations are open. Declaring his ambition with a blend of humility and conviction, Dr. Aduchum said his decision is driven by a lifelong call to serve his party and the nation with integrity, vision, and results. From California to Ghana.
Let's stay with the MPP. If you go to page 9 of the Ghanaian Times, MPP goes to delegate conference in July this year, so it will be July 19. The story is by Eugene Ampiao, and it says the new Patriotic Party has scheduled its national delegates conference for July 19 this year. Now, key on the agenda for the conference will be the consideration of constitutional amendments proposed by the party members. Now, speaking at a press conference on Tuesday in Accra, the General Secretary of the party, Mr. Justin Frimpong Kodia, said the NEC and the National Council had constituted a 9-member committee to be chaired by former Bekwa MP, Mr. Joseph Oseusu, to undertake planning of the event.
Meanwhile, the top-down agenda is meant to protect NPP executives. This is an NDC MP for Brekum West Dixon Chredria. He has criticized the New Patriotic Party for deciding to do this. There's a quote here. He says, everything happening in the NPP is well orchestrated to benefit and protect the current national executives. If the party were to conduct elections at the branch, constituency and regional as well as national levels before the flag bearership race, there would be a tsunami. This is a protectionist approach.
Well, if you go to the center spread of the Hawk newspaper, they have done some analysis and are claiming that the NPP with the faction of Dr. Baumia is shredding party rules basically to sideline or to eliminate Kennedy.
In fact, that question was put to the General Secretary of the party yesterday on the point of view. Citi News' lead story this morning says the General Secretary has rejected claims that the party's upcoming presidential primaries are being structured to favor Vice President Dr. Baumia or former Vice President Baumia or any particular candidate. So there's a whole raft of stories there on that issue. Let's take the MMDC one.
Yes, so I come back to elections. If you go to page 13, which is the center spread of the Ghanaian Times, there's a story there by Julius Yao Petechi, and it says, all things being equal, it can't be all things being equal.
Other things being equal.
Yeah. The next batch of metropolitan, municipal, and district chief executives will be elected. President John Dramani Mahama has hinted. Now, according to President Mahama, Ghanaians have expressed interest in electing their MMDCEs, as has been captured in myriad of surveys and gathered in the ongoing work of the Constitutional Review Committee. Now, he was opening the orientation and training workshop in Accra of MMDC to help deal
Stay with the MMDC
Still on
issue.
local government assemblies to cash out 25 million Ghana cedis each this year. This is President Mahama in the Overseer, page number 3. President John Dramani Mahama has announced that every metropolitan, municipal and district assembly in Ghana will receive not less than 25 million Ghana cedis this year. The funding is aimed at ensuring that local governments are properly resourced to meet the development needs of their respective communities. He was addressing the DCEs at the orientation and training, as you've heard earlier. This year, every assembly from the largest to the smallest will receive not less than 25 million Ghana cedis.
Let me read the High Street Journal's lead story. Farm gate price at Ifra Southern Children's Park. Will policymakers just buy and leave or finally listen? Now, just read the first two paragraphs by Solomon Bach. He says, Ghana's persistent food inflation has intensified public concern over the cost of living, with market prices of staple foods rising to levels many households can no longer sustain. From tomatoes to onions, yams to garden eggs, prices continue to climb, often tripling by the time produce reaches the urban market. The food economy for both consumers and producers is under immense strain. While global factors such as fuel hikes and currency fluctuations play a role, analysts and farmers alike argue that domestic inefficiencies within the country's food value chain remain a more pressing culprit. Now, the journey from the farm to the plate, marked by poor infrastructure, inadequate storage, and unchecked middleman activity, has become a key driver of the price distortion. So this is the background. The good news is here. In an unprecedented initiative, Channel 1 and Citi FM will bring fresh agricultural produce directly from farms into the capital. The produce will be sold at farm gate price, reflecting the true cost of food at the point of harvest without the inflated margins often added by intermediaries. Now, it says the event is expected to attract a lot of people, and they hope that these people who attend and policymakers would see this as a clarion call to deal with the bottlenecks that cause food prices to keep going up, even though production is a lot. So basically, that's the analysis they've done on their front page.
Okay, Bernard, let's get to the issue of sanitation and our green environment. If you go to the center spread, back to the center spread of the Ghanaian Times, there's a troubling story there about the Glepe Lagoon. And the story is by Clay Fekuful and Raymond Apia Amponsa. And they say that once a pristine freshwater source for both aquatic life and human sustenance, the Glepe Lagoon in the Ablekuma West Municipality of the Greater Accra region has become a major source of concern, serving as a dam site for refuse. Now, the entire channel of the lagoon is now overtaken by weed, with its main basin piled up with refuse like a mountain blocking its flow.
Terrible.
Into the Gulf of Guinea. A visit by the Ghanaian Times to the area last Wednesday revealed that apart from the fact that the main channel of the lagoon has been overgrown with
Weeds.
weeds, yes, the surrounding atmosphere is heavily polluted with a heavy, repugnant smell and odor.
All right.
And he goes on to say that the volume of pollution has virtually killed the life of the lagoon, making it impossible for any aquatic organism to survive in it.
All right, Caleb.
And still on the environment, EPA AngloGo demand urgent action to end plastic pollution. Elizabeth Punsu writes from Obuasi that the Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, has issued a clarion call for urgent and collective action against the growing menace of plastic pollution. The agency is urging individuals, institutions, and businesses to rethink their relationship with plastic and take decisive steps to curb its misuse. The call came during a deba organized by AngloGo Ashanti Underground Mining Alliance, Obuasi West and Obuasi municipalities and other partners in the area on World Environment Day.
Okay, let's take you now to this story about Oforiatta. We're told he was making some efforts to hold the OSP, but Julius Besse is right. Benis Besse, actually, forgive me, is writing on page 2 of the Chronicle today that the Human Rights Division of the High Court Accra has dismissed an interlocutory injunction application filed by former Finance Minister Ken Oforiatta against the Office of the Special Prosecutor, seeking to remove his name from a list of wanted persons and fugitives from justice. Now, delivering a 33-page ruling late Wednesday afternoon, Justice Kwame Amwako found the application without merit and dismissed it entirely. Now, the court also awarded a cost of 5,000 Ghana cedis against Mr. Oforiatta in favor of the OSP. Mr. Oforiatta, represented in court by Frank Asamoah, holding brief for Justice Kumi Menka Premo, filed the suit on March 27, 2020.
Well, there's a story about the ATM cards and the costs incurred by bank customers. The CATS organization has done a survey and says that more action is needed there. If you can give me some quick highlights.
So it is deeply unfair to charge people extra for using another bank's ATM when their own bank's machine is broken or out of cash. Consumers should not pay for problems they did not create. Apia Kusi Adumako is saying. Now, the organization's 2025 State of the Ghanaian Consumer Report surveyed 1,795 respondents across the country and found that 71% had experienced ATM-related issues ranging from technical faults and power outages to cash shortages within the past 3 months. Of these, 44% used third-party ATMs and 68% reported they were not informed of additional fees before the transaction was completed. So CATS contends that the lack of fee disclosure at the point of transaction contravenes the BOG's own consumer protection directives, which require clear and upfront communication of costs.
Let me take you to my journal line. Education Ministry orders nationwide audit over poor quality of SHS meals. This is important. The Ministry of Education has expressed strong dissatisfaction with the quality and quantity of meals being served to students at the free SHS program, triggering an urgent review audit or nationwide audit to reform the current school feeding system. Addressing a press briefing at the presidency, Education Minister Aaron Edrisu had revealed that the ministry is actively reviewing the decentralized feeding policy to make significant adjustments to improve outcomes. We heard portions of this during the news. He says, for example, CHAS will oversee the supply of perishable foods, while the National Buffer Stock Company will handle grains and non-perishables. Then there's a very interesting story sourced from the BBC that is suggesting that there's a chocolate price surge in the UK because Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire have a cocoa supply shortage. And it says cocoa price in the UK rose at the fastest pace on record in May, as the overall cost of food continued to climb, official figures suggest. The main rate of inflation remained at 3.4% in the year to May, the highest for more than a year. However, food prices grew for the third month in a row, as some economists speculated that businesses were passing on recent increases in employer national insurance payments to customers. But the analysis then goes on to talk about chocolate and suggests that supply challenges in Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire, the two largest producers of cocoa, could be affecting access to the raw material. It says bad weather in cocoa producing regions such as Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire has hit harvests. These two countries produce well over half of the cocoa in the world, said Jonathan Parkman, head of Agri at Merek. So it's from the UK perspective. let's send some of our chocolate there so that it will be cheaper for them to buy.
More money. But there's a story BNFT has in its headline: export concerns mount over potential share nut export ban. That's a story supposed to be on page 7, but I cannot find it in the
Sorry
paper,
for
so
you.
BNFT, please
Okay.
bring us that story. Let me pay attention rather to the AMA, because its executive committee has adopted a 24-hour Clean Accra project, the mayor's special weekend trading, Green Accra initiative, among other issues. So the initiatives include 24-hour Clean Accra initiative, Mayor Special Ball, the Special Weekend Trading Initiative, the establishment of the AMA City Authorities Guard, introduction of cleanliness and job creation, while the Mayor Special Ball aimed to mobilize funding for critical infrastructure, education, health, and sanitation projects. I think AMA must come around so we talk some more.
Bernard, quickly, I want to take you to page 2 of the Chronicle, and I think there's a story similar to this one on the front page of the BNFT that says PAG protests Talo Cosmos license extension deal. 2 paragraphs of the story. The Progressive Alliance of Ghana has, in a statement, expressed serious concern over the recently announced license extension agreement between the government of Ghana and oil multinationals Talo Oil and Cosmos Energy. Now, the agreement, first reported by Upstream Online, has been described by PAG as a very bad deal for the country, which must be reversed immediately in the interest of national sovereignty, economic justice, and transparency.
Well, let me take you abroad. BBC is reporting that Trump approves Iran attack plan but has not made final decision. According to a report, he's pictured wearing a Make America Great Again baseball cap. President Donald Trump has approved plans to attack Iran but has not made a final decision on whether to strike the country. The BBC's US partner CBS reports the US president held off from initiating strikes in case Iran agreed to abandon its nuclear program. A senior intelligence source told CBS Trump is reportedly considering a US strike on Fordo, an underground uranium enrichment facility in Iran. Iran's Supreme Leader Ayatollah Khamenei on Wednesday rejected Trump's demand for unconditional surrender as the US president said his patience had run out. Now, we know that this is possibly going to disrupt oil supplies. It's going to disrupt a lot of things and may even lead to a recession. But definitely people are causing chaos to do whatever they want to do.
The world is leaderless, it would seem. I mean, and what's happening with the UN? It's become basically...
Plenty things happening. China Navy is drilling near Japan, sparking concern and protest.
Can you imagine that?
You know, all kinds of things. Meanwhile...
And Russia and Ukraine haven't ended their quarrel.
We've even forgotten. You know, the world gives us a new war every 3 years.
Everybody's quarrel.
The Syrian war, you know, it was on for a long time. People forgot about it.
Yes.
As we speak, Sudan is at war. There are plenty of countries fighting, but they don't even get front page.
It's sad, you know.
Sally, that's the way human beings are.
Well, the U.S. has requested the extradition of 4 Ghanaians who were involved in romance fraud, and Ghana's Interior Minister has approved that request. The names of these gentlemen, Isaac Odro Boateng, Inusa Ahmed, Derek Vaniabwa, and Patrick Kwame Asari, they are believed to be residing in Ghana. So, extradition request.
Tech and social media trends will bring us more details. It's a very interesting story around the so-called Sakawa boys and their operations. But that was a newspaper review. Coming up next is the Citi Business News. Stay with us.
My body, when you wake up in the morning and you know the money calling, oh, you go work, but you know it's out in your side. If I believe with us, if I hold my hand and believe, oh, cause you know it's out in your side. And when you dream, no say I live for you. And when you hustle every day, anywhere I go, anything you do, I live for you. Anywhere. If I believe I live your side, fidelity. If I believe with us, fidelity. If I know I live your side, fidelity.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Ugomi, at what time when you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I don't change my car. It be the same, right? It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I'll go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. sector. And what they boss my mindset be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium, they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open there.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside?
I give you info. Make a feel the gobe too small.
Go.
Joe Pana. Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
City Business News with EcoBank, brought to you also by MTN. Nila Telate is joining us with the news. Good morning, Ni.
Good morning, Bernard. Welcome to Thursday morning. This is the breakfast edition of City Business News on 97.3 City FM. It's proudly brought to you by MTN, Goyle and EcoBank. In this edition, agribusiness, a catalyst for economic growth. That's the conversation dominating the final forum of the 2025 City Business Festival, which is just an hour and a half away from now. Also coming up, National Petroleum Authority to overhaul its 20-year-old regulatory framework, a move expected to bring massive reforms to the petroleum sector. Later in the bulletin, save with licensed financial institutions as fraud risk is on the rise. The warning from the Bank of Ghana to the public. I am Ni Latte. Many thanks indeed for your company. Details of our stories now. All is set for the final forum of the 2025 City Business Festival, which takes place later this morning. The event will explore the vast potential of agribusiness in driving Ghana's economic transformation, focusing on innovation, value addition, and market expansion across the agricultural value chain. General Manager of Citi FM and Channel 1 TV, Bernard Avle, says this forum is timely, especially as Ghana intensifies its search for sustainable growth pathways, adding that agriculture remains one of the country's most strategic sectors for inclusive development. More in the following report.
The forum, themed Harnessing Agribusiness Potential for Economic Growth, Expanding Agricultural Frontiers and Maximizing Productivity in Ghana, will explore ways of expanding agricultural frontiers and boost productivity. Ahead of the event, General Manager of Citi FM and Channel 1 TV, Bernard Avle, underscored the importance of agribusiness as a driver of economic growth.
This year we focused on the tariff debate, and now we are focusing on an agribusiness sector, because I think we know agri is the largest employer of Ghanaians. I think agri is the only job God gave man upon creation, and it has a lot of linkages. They call it the value chain. So agri and agribusiness is very crucial for our economy. We're talking things like import substitution, where as a country we spend a lot of money importing things we should produce here.
He said panelists will offer deep insights to benefit businesses and industry players.
The idea of the forum is to have a logical conversation about what the imperatives are. We've invited Professor Roger Canton to highlight what agribusiness is and why it still should be the most important thing we focus on as a country. Luckily, we have a very vibrant Minister for Agric who has launched the Feed Ghana program, and he's very committed to pushing the agric narrative. So we think it's a very good opportunity to bring agric to the front burner. We are focusing on a number of things. So we have the discussion around value addition. So Mavis Orekwasari has been working with a lot of businesses to add value, whether it's to pineapple or to tomato. So the agribusiness or value addition will be catered for in the discussion. Then you can't discuss any sector without discussing finance. APSA have sponsored, and William Neti is probably one of the most knowledgeable people about agric finance in the country. He'll be there.
The forum forms part of the broader agenda of the 2025 City Business Festival, a month-long initiative powered by 97.3 Citi FM and Channel 1 TV. It is held in partnership with Absa Bank Ghana and MTN Ghana, with sponsorship from Zonda Tech Ghana.
And so that's what is happening later this morning at 8:30. It's strictly by invitation, but also joining the conversation will be Deputy Minister for Food and Agriculture, John Dumelo. That was a report you heard filed by Netele Nete Ajaho. Meantime, Senior Manager at MTN Business, Benedict Bentel, is encouraging entrepreneurs, particularly those managing small and medium-sized enterprises, to develop and regularly update their business plans as a key pillar for growth and sustainability. Speaking on week 3 of the Citi Business Festival on a series on the topic planning for SMEs, he advised that the absence of a clear and actionable business plan often leads to early operational struggles and, in many cases, business failure.
Developing a business plan doesn't mean you've completed business planning. Okay. The business plan is one component of your business planning process.
Is it?
So all the way from your thought process when you're thinking about the business or trying to start the business to when you've developed the business plan, source for funding, all those things, your SWOT analysis, all those things are part of the business planning process. It never stops. You keep planning. Every year, every quarter, CPI will change, Forex will change. You have to plan, forecast differently. So that's the typical mistake people make, where at the start they do a business plan and then they feel that's the end of it. But that's not how it should be. The business plan is only one component. Every year you should reforecast, you should analyze your costs, you should analyze your revenue, expand your channels, all those kind of things as part of the business planning. You know, there's a term that if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And typically, if you're going into business, it is to make profit, to gain value. And if you are not planning, essentially you probably need to have yourself re-examined.
That was Senior Manager at MTN Business, Benedict Bentel there. The full conversation with him is later this morning at 9 a.m. on the Citi Breakfast Show and at 10 a.m. on Channel 1 Television. The 2025 Citi Business Festival is powered by 97.3 Citi FM and Channel 1 TV with sponsorship from Absa Bank Ghana, MTN Ghana and Zondatech Ghana Limited. Now, the National Petroleum Authority, that's NPA, says it is finalizing plans to review its 20-year-old regulatory act to reform the petroleum sector of the country. The current law, which has governed operations in the downstream industry for the past 2 decades, was initially designed to stabilize the fuel market and promote transparency in pricing and distribution. However, Chief Executive Officer of the authority, Edwiji Tamaklo, says emerging challenges ranging from new technologies to environmental concerns and shifting global market dynamics make it imperative to update the regulatory framework.
The Reform Committee has submitted its report to the Minister. He's looking at the details. I'm aware that some issues have been raised with the Attorney General to onboard that onto the new bill. And once everything is put together, I'm sure the necessary parliamentary processes and procedures will be followed to get it done. It's important to make this point that the act itself is 20 years. The market has grown compared to when the enactment was put together. Market realities and many other things have changed, and you want to keep the enactment to be in tune with changing times. Oftentimes, the market is always ahead of the regulator.
Edwiji Tamaklo is CEO of the National Petroleum Authority. Let's move on now, and the African Development Bank, AFDB, will soon be providing funding support for the revamping of the Volta Economic Corridor in support of government's 24-hour economy policy. The bank will be pushing financial resources into the development of agro-industrial parks and the restoration of economic activities along the Volta Lake. Solomon Queno, Vice President for Infrastructure and Industrialization at the bank, disclosed this during the AFDB's high-level mission to Ghana.
We conducted a series of intensive working sessions with Mr. Guzitano, the 24-hour Economy Secretariat, the Ghana Infrastructure Investment Fund, and several other partners, and have identified concrete areas where the bank can provide meaningful support to drive implementation. And this will be private sector driven. These areas include, really working together with the private sector to actualize the Volta Economic Corridor. And this is where we'll be looking at industrial parks, agro-industrial parks, and other industrial parks, as well as, Volta Lake really as a transport medium.
You heard Solomon Quaino, Vice President for Infrastructure and Industrialization at the African Development Bank. Away from that, the Bank of Ghana is advising the public to save with licensed and regulated financial institutions amid growing concerns over fraud, theft, and the activities of unregistered operators. This call comes as part of the Central Bank's Financial Literacy on Savings campaign, which aims to boost consumer protection and strengthen trust in the country's financial system. The Bank of Ghana warns that relying on informal savings schemes, especially unregistered susu collectors, exposes individuals to significant financial risk, including loss through fraud. It is also advising the public to regularly monitor their financial transactions and account activities as mobile money and electronic wallets are increasingly becoming dominant. The central bank says the campaign is to deepen financial inclusion and ensure the safety of funds for all Ghanaians. Now, Omni Basic Bank is set to hold the 8th edition of its annual health walk, an initiative designed to promote staff well-being while creating opportunities for professional and business networking with the general public. Chairperson of the Health Work Committee at Omni Basic Bank, Agri-fair Ahin Adokufo, says preparations are well underway for the event, which is scheduled to take place on Friday, June 28.
Omni Basic Bank's health work over the years has evolved into a key feature on the bank's corporate calendar and blends physical activity with networking opportunities among participants across various sectors. Now in its 8th edition, organizers say preparations are underway with expectations that this year's edition will draw even more participation from staff and the wider public. Chair of Omni Basic Bank's Health Work Committee, Agri-fair Ahin Adokufo, who also serves as Group Head of Legal and Recovery and Company Secretary, says preparations are in progress for the event, stressing the importance of public participation.
The event is on Saturday, 28th June. We start at 5:30 a.m. prompt. This time round, we are doing about 11.34 kilometers or so. We start from the University of Ghana. From the University of Ghana Stadium, you come onto I think it's called the J.J. Rawlings Street. We take a right, and then we go up towards Fiesta. We get to Standards Board. We take a right to Fiesta. We make a U-turn. We come down through Villaggio. We go up to Association International, the Traffic Lights Association International. Then we take a U-turn and come back to the University of Ghana. That's 11.34 kilometers. But beyond that is a social network place where you meet people, new people actually. We've had businesses collaborate, they meet.
Beyond promoting healthy lifestyles, the bank has also institutionalized regular aerobic sessions among staff, further aligning wellness with workplace culture. The upcoming health work is anticipated to deepen these internal initiatives while expanding the bank's external engagement. Employees of the bank are already looking forward to the 8th edition of the Omni Basic Bank Health Walk.
I've been part of this health walk from edition 1 till now, and I'm expecting more because each and every time we organize it, trust me, it's always been superb.
Citi Business News' Daniel Sakite with that report on the currency market this morning. You could be getting the dollar at 12 cedis 50 pesos, the British pound at 15 cedis 50 pesos, the euro could be sold to you at 13 cedis 50 pesos. That's our package for this morning. But before I go, a reminder that from tomorrow through to Sunday, Channel 1 Television is coming your way with the Maiden Agri-fair. We are bringing all of Ghana's fresh agri produce from the farm to your dining table, all happening at the Ifwa Sutherland Children's Park here in Accra. There is going to be fresh fruits, vegetables, livestock, and fish on sale directly from local farmers at affordable prices. We are ready to host you, so we'll be preparing. My name is Nilati. There is more news on citynewsroom.com/business. Do have a good business day.
Charlie, where are you?
Boss man, I'm at the bank.
Really? But your car is in front of your house.
Bro, my bank on my phone, Charlie.
Oh, how?
EcoBank, bro. With EcoBank mobile app, I can do everything, anywhere, anytime. Listen, I just checked my account balance, paid Ahmed's school fees, and sent money to my grandma at Walwale.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Masa, just download the EcoBank mobile app from the Google Play Store or the App Store, or dial *770# and be your own bank manager.
Manager.
Whether to pay bills or fees, to check accounts
account statement, send money across Ghana, abroad, and more. EcoBank mobile app has got it covered. EcoBank Mobile, making everyday people live everyday lives the EcoBank way. EcoBank, the Pan-African bank.
It's your day off and you end up looking after the baby while your wife goes off to work. You realize you have no idea how to change a diaper. So you video call your wife.
Hello, darling.
Yeah, hello. Hello.
Kojo, is everything all right?
Everything is not all right. I'm not seeing Topo. How do I change a baby's diaper, please?
Kojo. Okay, first, put the diaper.
The video call freezes. While you wait for the internet to catch up, the baby sprouts a fountain and wets the diaper. As you are getting a new one, your wife comes back online.
Kojo, no.
But I have to go and get a new diaper. What must I do next? I beg, quick.
Open the front of the diaper. It's the side that has...
Wow, look. The video freezes again. Abba.
By now, you know where the conversation is going. There's no buffering in real life, so why accept it from your internet connection? Get connected and experience ultra-fast internet to your home, powered by MTN Fiber Broadband. From the Internet Masters.
MTN, everywhere you go. This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
14 after 7 and EcoBank MTN were proud sponsors of the breakfast edition of the City Business News. EcoBank says anytime you have a money emergency, dial star 770 hash and you will be sorted out whether you want instant access to loans, funds transfer, utility payments, airtime and data purchases. You can do these even without data. So when you have an emergency, you don't need to panic. Just dial star 770 hash now for solutions to your money emergencies. EcoBank is the Pan-African bank, and Thursdays are special not only because they're my birthday, no, my day of birth. That one. But MTN makes it special, extra special. You get a nice 25% bonus on your first data bundle purchase of the day when you bundle on my MTN app or use star 138 hash this and every Thursday morning. So if I were you, I would download my MTN app very quickly and bundle and get 25% bonus. Use star 138 hash to get advantage, to take advantage of this. The exciting stuff is that if you're in Accra or Kumasi, you get to win a ticket to watch a movie in the cinemas, whether Silverbird Cinemas, West Hills Mall, Silverbird Cinemas at Accra and West Hills Mall, and also at the Garden City. So take advantage. Remember, bundle on my MTN or star 138 hash and make the best of your 25% first data bundle discount and visit the cinemas. Use Momo and get your free extra movie tickets on MTN's Yellow Thursday. We'll take our attention to the world of sports. Lesheho and Polytank as well as Shell are proud sponsors of the segment. Edwin Kofi will be coming your way shortly with all you need to know in the world of sports. The Lesheho Don't Commit campaign has come to you for financial peace. Till the end of the month, they've reduced their interest rates just for you. Whatever your expense, they've got the loan you need. So call Nana or WhatsApp him on 02700 4799 02700 4733. Let's make life easier. Let's share hope. Let's improve life. And for more than 30 years, we are the trusted brand when it comes to water storage tanks. Always choose Polytank for guaranteed quality. We've been around for 3 decades. We are trusted by all generations. We provide you Polytanks at the same price at partner shops across the country. No matter the size you're looking at, durability is always assured. This is the original, always the best. The caution for you is that we do not request for Momo payments online. And Shell Rimula is the engine oil that works as hard as you. Powerful engines are the backbone of businesses from construction to mining and delivery. That's why big engine operators trust the Shell Rimula R4X with active cleaning technology, specially formulated for both 4x4 and heavy-duty diesel engines. It reduces noise, protects against wear and tear, keeps your vehicle running smoothly, even on Ghana's toughest roads. So go for Shell Rimula, the engine oil that works as hard as you. Kickoff is coming your way with Edwin Kofi.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Good morning and welcome to Kickoff. It's the Thursday edition on the City Breakfast Show. I am Edwin Kwakofi. In the Club World Cup, Bono, the save by Al Hilal goalkeeper Bono, gave Real Madrid boss Xabi Alonso, denied him his first victory as Real Madrid boss in the very late save in stoppage time, also in the tournament.
Conceição, Kalulu continues his run. Conceição might not need him. He doesn't need him. No, it's wonderful from Francisco Conceição.
Five-star Juventus brush off Al Ain to start their campaign in style. More on Kickoff, which is powered by Shell Go Well, Zonda GH, Politangana, and Lesheho. Let's improve life. Let's start off with the West African Football Union Zone B, WAFU B, which has announced new dates for the 2025 Under-20 Boys Cup, confirming that the competition will now be held in Ghana from July 10 to July 23. This follows a recent postponement of the original schedule, which had not been publicly detailed in a media release. WAFU B urged all 7 member nations to make the necessary preparations to ensure full participation in the rescheduled tournament. The regional tournament serves as a key developmental platform for young talent across West Africa, often acting as a qualifier for the Under-20 African Cup of Nations. Let's head to boxing, and the bankroller of AK Promotions, Amir Khan, has commended Sharaf Mahama for being very helpful in organizing the high-profile Battle of the Beast boxing event recently held at the Bukum Boxing Arena. The event, held on Friday, the 14th of June, was co-organized by Khan's AK Promotions and Sharaf Mahama's Legacy Rise Sports, and had former British heavyweight boxing champion Anthony Joshua headlined the impressive list of guests to attend the event. Ghana's Minister of Sport and Recreation Kofi Adams, boxing legend Azuma Nelson, GFA President Keto Kreku were also in attendance. Let's hear from Amir Khan.
Local fighters as well who are going to be, so it's always good to localize the talent as well, because give the Ghanaians an opportunity to fight on a card like this, because there's some up-and-coming fighters who never really will get the opportunity one day. And when would they ever see like an international fight like in a country like Ghana? Nah. Sure. Like, if you look at some other promoters like Eddie, Frank, they will never think about coming to Ghana. You know what I mean? Saudi, like for Saudi Arabia, like with Turkey Al Sheikh, no one looks at Ghana. So we decided to, why don't we come to Ghana? The president's son, Sharaf and Shahid, have been so helpful. When I met them, they said, let's do a show here together. And obviously, we pushed the bullock, bro.
That was former British boxer Amir Khan. Meanwhile, boxing legend Azuma Nelson has called for people to be more deliberate in their involvement in boxing in Ghana to get the sports more world champions in the country. He said this in an interview with British media outlet Talk Sport, in a wide-ranging interview where he spoke about his career and other issues connected to the sport.
It's perfect, you know, it's wonderful. I mean, I hope it can continue, you know, and because I've been telling people that this country, you know, we have a lot of world champions here, but we need people who are serious. You know, I always talking about our trainers. We need people to polish them so that they can polish their boxers, so that we can get a lot of world champions here.
The voice of Ghanaian boxing legend Azuma Nelson. Let's turn our attention back to basketball, where former Ghanaian British star Matthew Bryan Ameni has called on the Ghana Basketball Federation to get things on the right path for the sport to develop in the country. He said this in an exclusive interview with Citi Sports when he visited Accra Basketball Men's League reigning champions Spintex Knights at a training session.
Over here, I think for Ghana, it's just, you know, having the right people involved that's going to help get things on the right track. I think sorting out everything to do with the Basketball Federation and making sure, there's a lot of pros, whether it be here in Ghana or, of Ghana descent and playing in the States or playing in other countries that would definitely proudly wear, the black star on their shirt and want to represent Ghana. So the talent's there. It's just about obviously having the federation wanting to kind of get things on the right path.
That was former Ghanaian British basketball star Matthew Bryan. Let's head to England, where Tottenham Hotspur chairman Daniel Levy has been speaking in a rare interview on a number of topics. First, let's hear from him on why Ange Postecoglou was sacked despite winning the club's first trophy in over a decade and a half.
Compete in all competitions, and we felt that we needed to change. I've got an excellent relationship with him. I told him you're always going to be part of our history. Himself and his family always welcome back. It was a collective decision. It wasn't my decision. We do everything together. Emotionally, it was difficult, but we believe we've made the right decision for the club. I'm very grateful to Ange. I don't regret appointing Ange. In his first season, we finished 5th, and in our second season, we were over the moon to win a trophy. And you saw the outpouring of emotion with the parade. It was just incredible.
Levy also touched on Postecoglou's replacement, Thomas Frank, and why he decided to hire the former Brentford boss.
We want to build on the success of winning a trophy last season. One of the things that stood out to me with Thomas, clearly highly intelligent, great communicator, superhuman being, plus all the other technical aspects that are obviously important. But, they really stood out to me in those 2 parts.
Finally, let's hear from Levy on remaining committed to his ideals despite criticism from fans.
I've got very broad shoulders. Failure's not an option. The desire to succeed. And because it's so difficult, I want to succeed even more. The pressure and the disappointment of not winning over a number of years, I just wanted it so desperately, not just for me, my family, but all the fans around the world. We deserve some luck.
That was Spurs chairman Daniel Levy. Well, the Premier League has announced the fixture list for the 2025-26 season. Champions Liverpool will host Bournemouth in the Friday night curtain raiser, while Manchester United play Arsenal in the opening weekend standout fixture at Old Trafford. United, in fact, have a difficult start to the season. As apart from the Gunners, they also face Chelsea, Man City and Liverpool in their first 8 games. And reacting to the fixture list, former United striker Andy Cole says that while the club's opening games may be difficult, a few good performances could help build confidence in the squad.
It's a crazy start. I'm not even going to stand there and say, that's going to be a barometer of the season, because to have a start like that, you got to try and hit the ground running. So it'd be interesting. Fingers crossed to be able to go out there, get some positive results early doors, breed confidence, and then move on from there.
That was former Manchester United striker Andy Cole. As I stated earlier, Liverpool will begin their title defence at Anfield on Friday the 15th of August. Pep Guardiola's Manchester City will hope to bounce back from a difficult campaign last time out. Against Wolverhampton Wanderers at the Molineux, Aston Villa face Newcastle, while Chelsea also host Crystal Palace. Well, in the Club World Cup, there were a few games yesterday. Manchester City, they enjoyed a 2-0 victory over Moroccan side Wydad Casablanca. Phil Foden and Jeremy Doku were on target. Real Madrid, they drew 1-1 with Al Hilal. A late penalty save from Bono from Real Madrid midfielder Valverde denied Xabi Alonso his first win in his first game as Real Madrid boss. Juventus cruised to a dominant 5-0 victory over Al Ain with braces from Randal Kolo Muani and Francisco Conceição, and a strike from Turkish wonderkid Kenan Yildiz sealing the emphatic win. And that's the latest in the world of sport. For more on all these stories, visit citysportsonline.com. Kickoff is powered by Shell Go Well, Politangana, and Lesheho. Let's improve life. I am Edwin Kwakofi. This kickoff. That was with me with Kickoff on the City Breakfast Show. The City Breakfast Show with Bernard Avle continues.
If you need unique services in
innovative financial solution. We deliver on our promise, cause we are number one. Let's share go, we improve your life. Let's share go, hey, let's share go, hey, let's share go, hey, mama, hey mama, hey mama. Even when you're stuck with nothing, come to let's share go. No matter your situation, come to let's share go. Let's share go, we improve your life. Let's share go, hey, let's share go, hey, let's share go, hey, mama, hey mama, hey mama. Let's share go, we improve your life.
Polytank is everywhere, durable and authentic. Stronger brand you can trust. Polytank, we get some more Rambo and get some more super. And the Polytank we did. Polytank, Papa no no, Papa no no no, Papa no no, Papa no no no, Papa no no, Ankasa. Polytank,
the original, always the best. Where are you headed today? Techiman, Salaga, Aflao, or beyond? At Shell, we believe your true destination isn't just today's journey. It's about where you want your business, your family, and your dreams to be tomorrow. So Shell Rimula is formulated to help you journey better. With anti-wear additives for ultimate protection, Shell Rimula with advanced Protection Plus technology prevents oil thickening and guards against harmful deposits. Shell Rimula oils help your engine start effortlessly in any weather, because when your truck starts, your journey starts. Shell Rimula, the engine oil that works as hard as you. Drive forward, reach your real destination with Shell Rimula.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
Are you a residential and a commercial property owner in Airport, Cantonment, Laboni, East Airport, and other high-end areas in Accra and looking for a trusted real estate agency to work with? Is your office in need of an agency that can provide accommodation to all your expatriates? Realtor and Tours is your trusted partner to get the job done. Contact Realtor and Tours at www.realtortoursgh.com or call us on 054-496-5779 and 053-006-4754. Our first 5 callers get 5% discount on their agency fees. Realtor and Tours. Enjoy true hospitality with convenience and comfort.
Everybody follow not sa malaria. And treating till you not now. Malaria chill. Popo. What do you do? I want you. Num not. A dabako. Num not. A damienu. Num not. A damiensa. Num not. No. Lonat scatter malaria. Lonat, it is scatter malaria.
A quality product from Blaze GVS Pharma. Yenshishemu hu se malaria wa wumujem ansana wanum Lona. Na nam yensearch na malaria no daso wo ho a ko hu dokota.
This advert is FDA approved.
Still unbeatable. Republic Bank has slashed the Citi mortgage interest rate to a new low. That means it's more affordable to own your dream home. You enjoy lower monthly installments, save on interest payments, flexible loan arrangements, and more. Make the move. Own your home at a lower teen interest rate. But hurry, this offer lasts for a limited time. Visit any Republic Bank branch or send email to myhome@republicghana.com or call Accra 054-0109-649. Kumasi 054-0109-901 to apply today and enjoy a teen interest rate. Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
From back in the day when Afro hair was trending and children had to queue to play Kojo's video game, Fun Milk was always irresistible. Today, it's an after-school source of refreshment. For you stuck in traffic and for us looking to cool off under the sun, the invitation is always that sound. So, whatever your choice, Fun Milk quality products keeps you cool and refreshed. Fun Milk triggers so much fun and excitement with just a blast of a horn. Fun Milk, spreading joy to everyone. This advert is FDA approved.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
Power of relevant rates. This is City 97.3.
Yeah, always shake my window. Sweet seducing sighs. Get me out into the nighttime. For walls won't hold me tonight. If this town is just an apple, then let me take a bite. If they say why, tell them that it's human nature. Why, does it do it that way? If they say why, tell them that it's human nature. Why, does it do it that way? Reaching out, touch a stranger. Electric eyes are everywhere. See that girl, she knows I'm watching. She likes the way I stare. If they say why, tell them that it's human nature. Why, does it do it that way? If they say why, tell them that it's human nature. Why does it do it that way? I like living this way. I like loving this way. Looking out across the morning, the city's heart begins to beat. Reaching out, I touch her shoulder. I'm dreaming of the street. If they say why,
7:36 on the City Breakfast Show. A few birthday requests coming through. Happy birthday to Machika or Michika, Mrs. Mary Aniapam, or is it Miss? Compliance Department, Metropolitan Health Insurance. Today I celebrate not just your birth, but the incredible gift you are in my life. You're truly a blessing. May this new chapter bring you unmatched joy, growth, and fulfillment. I'm honored to walk beside you through it. Enjoy your day, Michika from KB. Mary Aniapam. That's a message to you. When I can wish my wife Aisha Kubura Atta, state attorney, a happy birthday. Daddy and girls love and appreciate you so much. Abdul Kudus Hussein, Press and Information Officer at the EU, wishing his wife Aisha Kubura a happy birthday.
they say why, tell them that it's human nature. Why does it do it that way? If they say why.
Happy birthday to Detective CID Asafumame Sylvia of Kokrobite District Police Headquarters. From all the police force in the unit, God bless you for the good work you're doing. The community is proud of you, madam. That's CID Asafumame Sylvia. Also to Nanekia Ejewa, New York City, USA. God bless your new age. And happy first birthday to Stephen Patrick Papa Kweku Osei Ampadu.
The city's heart begins to beat.
We bring the blessings in Numbers 6:24 to 26 upon your life now and forever. Coming in from your mom Abuna, your dad Josh, and your sister Yoela. To Stephen Patrick Papa Kweku Osei Ampadu. Good morning. Kindly wish my wife Aisha. I think I read this already. All right. Kindly wish my twins a happy birthday. May God continue to bless them and may they continue to shine everywhere they find themselves. They are 5 years old today. They are Nana Kofi Adaze Apreku and Nana Efia Adazewa Apreku. All right. So Nana Kofi and Nana Efia Adaze and Adazewa. Also help me wish Deacon Edward Boy a happy birthday. Today's the 19th of June. A few more requests coming through.
Yes, please. Special happy birthday to Joella Mame Kobiaba Amoa. As you turn 13 today, our prayer is that the Lord will cause His grace to multiply to you. May you shine bright and stand out among your peers. May the Holy Spirit continue to guide you every day of your life. We love you from Mom, Dad, and your sister. Today is my daughter's birthday. Barbara Nana Ekia Mayeyi Sapon of First Knowledge Learning Center, Dansuman. From Daddy and Mommy in heaven, we love you. Help me wish my wife Sarah Awintime Abalansa of the Ghana Maritime Authority a happy birthday. The message is the love is endless and you're always in my heart and my mind. G. Alright, good morning, Bernard. Please kindly wish my dad, Mr. Humphrey Anansa, aka Bye Bye, a 73rd birthday. I wish him good health and all that he wishes for himself from his
Anansa.
daughter. Okay, Anansa.
Yeah, I know him.
Fantastic. From the daughter Esinam in Nkwanta.
Yes.
Hello, Bernard.
Brother Anansa.
Brother Anansa. 73
He used
today.
to go to church with my mom.
AKA Bye Bye.
Yeah, that's his nickname.
Bye Bye.
Where's the name from?
He's
Bye
an
Bye.
Oh, okay.
Anansa.
Anansa.
It sounds nothing. It sounds far, but it's an error.
Right. I want to wish my lovely wife Hajia Salia of Cocoa Marketing Company a happy birthday. I'm so proud of you and I love you so much. From your husband, Lieutenant Isifu, and your son, Imran.
I also want to wish Nana Yao Ampemdako, marketing manager of Ashford.
Big man.
It's a request
Big
coming
man.
from a lot of us from
Yeah,
the City Breakfast Show team, from Doris of Sales.
Yes, sir.
He's been a pillar, pushing the Ashford agenda.
Solid.
We're getting ready for for two things. Later this morning, we're bringing you live coverage of the forum on agribusiness happening at Alisa Hotel, strictly by invitation. And now we have 5 speakers because the head of Feed Ghana, Bright Demoji, is joining the panel to join Professor Roger Canton, Dr. Mavis Oreku Asari, William Nete, and of course Davis Kobo, to be moderated by Vivian Kailoko. So that's coming your way this morning at 9:30.
Right.
And we'll be discussing the various aspects of agriculture and agribusiness, how to move agric in Ghana to the next level. The Deputy Minister of Agric will be our special guest. He himself is a farmer. So Farmer John Dumelo will be there. And of course the Feed Ghana program. But of course we are also getting ready for tomorrow. And I think the High Street Journal captured it very well.
Super.
They're basically saying, now that we are bringing hundreds of farmers to come and sell at farm gate price, will we just buy and go home, or will that solution point to some more structural reform? Frema is here to tell us more about how ready we are. We'll be joined by another exhibitor shortly. And so we have joining us Doreen Baba Asante, Business Development Manager for In Green Irrigation Services. Now, for those of you who don't know, Enterplast have a lot of things they do within the irrigation space. So some of the help they give to farmers, a lot of people don't know, but a lot of irrigation systems that farmers use is produced by them. So they will be exhibiting at the program starting from tomorrow. Frema, welcome. Today you are wearing green.
Yeah, so
you've meant the Agri-fair.
we are
You've
going
taken it serious.
to the farm.
We are bunebun.
Bodia kakra,
Achase.
green pepper
Omo
kakra,
ate.
lettuce kakra,
Medase.
aponchi bebre.
Is somebody bringing Bodia, by the way? Because I've not, we are not getting ripe plantain.
Yeah, but
we are not getting ripe plantain. Is it out of season? Or what's going on?
Yeah, I think so, because plantain itself is quite expensive.
Yeah, I'm not getting
now.
plantain.
Yeah.
We get yam a lot.
Yeah.
We get sweet potatoes, but for some reason I'm not getting.
No, yam is not also there plenty like that too.
But then I'm looking for the oniaba.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oniaba. I chop some key.
You see oniaba, when you want to open the thing up,
Yes.
when it's done, you use your thumb.
Yes.
It's a technique.
You do like this.
Everything is science, so
I'm telling you.
everything is
What are you
science.
talking about?
You know,
Oniaba.
no, but I will know.
No.
Is it a pimp?
It's a
You know,
brother.
Apim's sister
Cousin.
or
Yeah,
kind
they're
of.
It's like banana, or is it smaller? Or
It's
bigger?
smaller.
Yes.
It's smaller than
Oh,
the
okay.
real apim, but it's seedless.
Okay.
Yeah, it's seedless.
Okay.
That's what oniaba. You know,
Yeah.
oniaba.
You know the food I actually miss?
What?
You know, those days when I go to my hometown, they cook the ampesi without removing the cover.
Peeling it, right?
So
Then
they
you
boil
use
it with the
your thumb,
and then
you
the cocoyam, you use your thumb to remove
So
it.
those people who don't have thumbs, how would they eat?
Their friends will help them.
Hey, you are eating with your friend. Your friend is helping
No,
you.
but friends, it's a serious thing because that one they used to cook it and then they will do the stew on the farm.
Yeah.
And pour the thing on
Yeah,
the
it was
plantain
really good.
leaf.
Yes.
It was really good.
Come on now.
Because
what
I'm told
I
that
know.
it maintains the nutrients.
Everything is inside. We don't pour anything away.
Almost.
Because everything is medicinal.
What you say?
The peels, the everything is medicinal. You know.
You know these days we overcook things.
Charlie.
Throw the
Yeah.
you know the better parts.
But when
away.
you cook it with everything,
Yes.
it tastes different.
the color is even different.
Amazing. So are you ready tomorrow? Look, Fema, I'm the way I've meant this thing.
Giddy.
Are you sure you are ready for the Agri-fair?
No, let me tell you something. So yesterday,
Yes.
in the evening,
Yeah.
I had a call from Angela, National Service.
Okay.
And
National
she-
Service Farms.
Yes, National Service Farms. And she was like, "Oh, I went to the place." I said, "Which place?" He said, "I went to the children's park. I'm coming from children's park. I'm to do what? I just wanted to go and see, and I saw that you are setting up. I saw
Wow.
the place, and I said,
But who told you to go there?
Who told you to go
Who
there?
gave you the right to go there?
Who told you to go there? Who said you?
trespassing?
Look at him. I said, "Oh, so I went there. That's went there. That's what."
So are they coming?
Oh, National Service Farms, they are coming.
With
you know,
chicken?
With chicken, and they will grill.
Come on.
They'll grill chicken.
They will grill chicken
My
there.
God.
On
They will
the
grill
spot.
chicken, yes.
We have been joined by a lady, and I was wondering, Mavis Asante.
Thank you.
Mavis.
Yes.
And you are the marketing manager for Interplast. Now, Interplast, the money Greek problem, Benamo.
So yes. So
Yeah.
we have the in-green services.
In green services.
Yes. So the farmers are coming.
The farmers are
Wherever
coming.
farmers are, we are there.
So what is in green?
So in-green is irrigation services. We provide drip and sprinkler irrigation services.
Is it?
And for this fair,
Okay.
we have added something very nice.
What have you added?
We are adding the rain hose, which is another form of irrigation.
The rain hose?
Yes. So
The
that-
hose, no, it makes it rain.
So that provides more water.
Okay.
So it's for rice and other things. So
is
it
it?
provides more water to the farm. So
Okay.
it's another form of irrigation that we have once again introduced. to the
I didn't
market.
even know that you guys were doing irrigation. How long has Interplast been involved in a Greek irrigation thing?
For the past 9 years.
Is it?
We have
Wow.
been doing irrigation. Yes. For
Wow.
The past 9 years.
Which types of farmers use your irrigation facilities? What kind of products?
Small, large scale. We do crop plants. We do vegetables.
Okay.
We do tree plants and
Really?
all that there is. So we have different forms of irrigation. So we are with them.
I didn't know
Whatever
this.
you are producing, cocoa farm, mango farm,
Is it?
vegetables, we have different forms of irrigation for all of them.
Because we just thought Interplast, the plastic for the house. Oh.
Everywhere water go.
We make sure water reaches you even space.
Wow.
We've grown beyond
Even
the
farm.
So now farm water comes to the
farm.
farm.
Yes, we've grown beyond the pipes.
Okay.
We've added the windows, and now food is a thing. Everybody needs food. So
Wow.
since we are a solution-driven company,
Amazing.
and the focus is agriculture, why not bring the drip system home? Because over time we buy them out of the country, and sometimes waiting on some of the logistics takes time. So we are extruding everything here. We are,
so now you produce them?
Yeah, we are producing it here.
You produce the
Yes,
pipes?
we produce the drip lines here,
Hey.
and we are the first company in West Africa.
You are serious? To
Yes.
produce this thing in Ghana?
Yes, yes, and we have the capacity to do 100 coils in a minute or two. So it produces a lot.
Wow.
So how does it work? It's like a rope with holes are in it.
Yeah, so it's a drip. It's a pipe with holes in it.
Okay.
And the water sips through the holes. So it works with gravity.
Okay.
And you can also have a pump. So it depends on what.
So depending on what you are growing, because some of
Exactly.
the food need the water to be dropping.
Exactly. Some of them needs to be sprinkled on.
Okay.
So we have.
So it works for greenhouses too.
Yes, we work for. We also have the drip kits. That is a DIY package. So if you have a backyard farm, you can buy the drip kit
Like him.
and then do it yourself with a good manual that you can.
So I connect it to my tank.
Yes, so you just have to raise the tank a little up, and then you use gravity to supply the water throughout. If the farm is big, then you have to get a pump to pump it across. So it's that amazing. So wherever farmers are, we are there.
That's interesting, because I was just
Very.
thinking about people coming to sell food.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that drip irrigation.
You know, so with Agri-fair, you know, we have 3 wings to the whole thing. The farmers, the patrons coming to shop, and those coming for the clinics.
Yes.
You know, so beyond people coming to just shop, we are also looking at what value we can give farmers.
Okay.
That is where the Interplast will come in. That is where the Exim and other people are coming in. And then we also look at those who are coming to the clinics.
Okay.
So for instance, you come to the clinic, these are things that you need to know. You know, so we have those who need the theory aspects, those who need to upscale, who need to add value, and then we have those of us who are coming to buy cassava and plantain.
Will you demonstrate how the thing works? Would that be demonstrated? Because some of us.
Yes, so sometimes we would have a demo site for people to see how it works. So mostly we get a place and then we do a small setup for you to see how it works. We come with videos as well, so you see how it works.
Can smallholder farmers afford your irrigation system?
Yes. So the drip kits, the 500 meters squared is 1,850.
Oh, okay.
So
what is 500 meters squared?
it's like one plot.
Okay.
Oh,
really?
Yeah, it does.
So it's not that wild.
No.
And it's less than 2,000.
Yes, 1,800.
Cedis.
Cedis.
Oh, wow. And you manufacture it in Ghana?
Yes. It's manufactured in Ghana on the Spinters Road, plot 109.
Serious?
Come on.
For 9 years you've been doing this?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Did you know that they were into this?
I didn't.
So when they called you that they were coming for Agri-fair, what did you
So I
think?
was like, to do what? So it was Ivy who called, says, please register Interplast. I said, for what?
For what exactly?
And I'm saying, do you know what we are doing? I said, this is not, this is Ghana. We did a first. So
Because you know, we
yeah.
do made in Ghana. And I'm really happy that you guys make
they
this
make
in
it
Ghana.
here.
Because I think the importation is a problem.
True.
Yeah.
Because as you said, it may delay, the prices are high.
Correct.
And you're able to manufacture. Amazing. So your stand, we'll see you at the place.
Yes, we'll be there Friday morning sharp. We won't wait for the setup time.
You'll be there before setup.
We are there in the morning. Sharp.
Early birds.
Prima, what else should we look out for? So you said there are 3 things. There's those who are coming to exhibit.
Yeah, man.
So far, how many are we looking at? How many and what kinds of products or produce are we to expect?
But now we have everything. In fact, yesterday we got someone asking if he wants to come, exhibit and sell his palm wine.
Hey.
And he wants to bring the whole,
Is it fresh?
to bring that palm, the
installation in
Wow. I said, as long as you have lorry fed, you can bring it. We have space. Bring it. You see the place to put.
Can fresh palm wine be described as fresh farm produce?
It's fresh.
Thank you.
You go there, it's fresh. You
Why yes,
understand?
yes.
So fresh from
if you are like Akokuno will come,
You
that's
understand.
bonus. You understand? So everything's because you know the cassava is coming. In fact, tomorrow.
Yes.
I'm sure. I'm just waiting for somebody who will bring mortar and pestle.
What I say,
Because cassava is there,
Thank you.
plantain is there,
Sharp.
the vegetables are there.
Sharp.
As for meat, they are United Nations.
What I say,
You understand? Everybody please keep us. You understand? And before we do the fufu, you need appetizer. That's where the palm oil comes in.
So tomorrow is a Friday,
Yes.
and a lot of people who come to work in the ministry's area, what will you advise them to do?
You see, the good thing is, I mean, I'm not trying to sound, troublesome this morning, but say, no, by 3, then we are going to shop.
Why yes, yeah.
But I say, by 3, you understand? Today we are brought the job closer to you, so stay. Your break time, Friday, we don't advise.
So from break, they can come and look at the things, and then 3 o'clock come and buy, or they can buy immediately.
Buy because you spot some mushrooms somewhere, you spot some catfish be somewhere. Buy it. You know the thing that my main call round and brown. By the time you get color is gone. So if you spot the thing you want, buy. That's why we advise you that tomorrow, dear, is allowed.
So for those who want to beat the Saturday rush, Friday is when you have to come.
Yes.
Come and buy quickly because Saturday the place will be jammed.
Very jammed.
I'm very sure the place will be jammed.
If you are not driving, just buy the things and beg your friend your colleague who has a car, keep it in the boot. When you close, you take it to.
It's very
they know.
Yeah,
they know where they
know how to do it.
They are sorted though.
And so you see, since everybody is coming to shop and the farmers need to produce large, we are going to give them good discounts, amazing discounts.
We're going to give good discounts for
to the farmers, everybody that comes.
The good thing is that we're also doing agri clinics. So people who want to enter farming will be under 3 canopies taking lessons in different things. Okay. So maybe you would want to show them some of the things you have
Most
to.
definitely. We are just.
Because we are doing what are we? Poultry training, piggery training, poultry. What else? Snail farming.
So snail farming also need irrigation.
Talk to me, really.
So you see, you need to keep the place very moist.
Okay.
So there's a form of irrigation that works with the snail farm.
Is it?
So yes, it's a good opportunity for us to collaborate with them.
Well, let me tell you more about the Agri-fair clinics. You have, as Caleb has said, snail farming is popular. There's also juice making and mushroom production.
Yes.
So that if you want to learn how to produce fruit juice and sell, there will be a workshop on that. There's also fish farming.
Bernard, with the fruit juice, even beyond selling, I think it's a great opportunity for even just individuals, consumers. Because sometimes you buy oranges, you buy
them,
fruits,
then they go bad.
They go bad. You carry everything into the bin.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't need so much at home to turn this into juice.
So if you want to, if you want to take part in the clinics, you can register by calling 0558 973 973, or you can actually just WhatsApp, and then we have a very interesting interface. It will just ask you a few questions, register you, beekeeping, fish farming, snail farming, rabbit rearing, piggery, poultry farming, yam production. All of those are available at the Agri-fair clinic, which is happening on the side. But the main attraction is also there's going to be a lot of kebabs.
A lot of kebabs.
Yes, please.
So the kebab.
Tell me about it.
I'm excited.
Tell me about it.
So the kebab, when we have like animal farm.
Yes.
So what do you think about the kebab for this weekend for the Agri-fair? It just reminds me of Noah's Ark.
Oh Lord, everything is there.
Everything is there. So much. Everybody can move,
Let me ask you a
enter.
question.
You understand?
Is it every meat that is kebabable?
Yeah, I mean, as long as
every meat can be
you're
kebab.
okay, you understand.
You sure?
What is consumable in your village might not be in my village, so you don't frown on anything.
I tell
you understand? Yeah, you go somewhere and people are happily eating frogs.
Hey,
you go somewhere and people are happily eating snakes.
Let's stay with. Let's stay.
Bernard will see snake and he's doing binding and losing. I bind you. This is somebody's chief meat.
Let's stay within
Bernard,
goats,
do you know that
rabbits, pork, and of course,
I confirm.
And of course, poultry.
And now, I mean, if there's cassava, plantain, there's kebab, there are drinks, there has to be good entertainment.
And
so I'm pleased to announce that for this weekend we have the great Inchin Chin band coming in to give us the entertainment that we are looking for.
Wow.
And when Inchinchim is on stage,
Wow.
you know what it means.
Will the children's park be big enough to accommodate these people that you are asking to come?
Bernard, the children's park, when we had the food festival,
Yeah.
we had patrons to the tune of about 40,000 coming in head count, coming in.
And we're able to
going,
accommodate them.
We accommodated them. If you've been to the children's park, we can have Agri-fair going on a crusade at the other side.
Thank you.
Everybody will get his market.
Thank you.
It's so big. It's so big. Everybody. I mean, we are bringing goats. We are bringing now goats are punchity free. You can imagine the speed. You need
I'm
room.
punching break.
You understand? But the great thing is, the children's park is so huge.
That's amazing.
It can accommodate everybody.
Okay.
Everybody. So
it starts tomorrow
sharp
and runs for 3 days.
For 3
so
days.
Sunday too will be there.
Yes.
Sunday
Yes,
too
Sunday
will
will
be
be
there.
there.
Okay.
Yes.
And will there be enough food for us to buy?
Enough food.
Enough produce. And the farmers are showing you. National Service, how many chickens are they bringing?
National Service, you can't even count. So people call you and we ask them, so what are you exhibiting? How many animals are you bringing and all? They're like, we have 10,000 birds. I say, hold on.
10,000 birds.
This is not your warehouse. Calm down. We are doing small play. So they said, how many can, so with the 10,000, I said, but I can bring 300. I'm saying, calm down. You bring a few, okay,
let's see how it goes.
Let's see how it
Bring your
goes. Put an complimentary card. Because 300
No,
best.
but they should have a means of bringing more because people do
Yes.
also want to come for the food to finish. So it's a nice balancing act. Okay.
Yes.
So the Agri-fair is happening tomorrow.
Sharp.
Friday the 20th.
Yeah, man.
Saturday the 21st. Sunday
Yeah,
the
man.
22nd.
Yes, sir.
It starts at what time? 10ish.
Yeah, from 9
From
to
9ish.
6 p.m.
The whole day.
Yeah, the whole day.
And then it's on for the next 2 days as well.
Yes.
And it's a Channel 1 event supported by Citi FM, sponsored by Exim Bank, Legacy Crop Improvement Center, Development Bank Ghana, Agri Impact Limited, the Horticultural Business Platform, Trillium Ghana Limited, and then our tech partner is Farmerline. Now, is there space for registering? So if I'm a farmer who just heard about it today, and I say, I have a big mushroom farm in the Kumfi, and I want to come and exhibit, is it too late?
It's not too late. We have just a few slots left, but we are not taking registration.
So you should just pay.
No. If you want to come, you don't come and say, I want to write my name, then I'll come and pay later.
No.
We have crossed that stage.
We passed that stage.
Long ago. So now this is my money.
Okay.
Even at this point, don't bring cash, don't bring check, because the thing is, your check has to clear.
Awesome.
David, we advise you, and they'll get it, because at this point, your check will have to clear
What number
before
should
we
they
can
call?
confirm. So please call us now, 0205 973 973, and entry is free.
Okay.
If you are coming in to shop, you don't need to pay anything. You just need your market money. It's like going to Makola. Nobody's standing at any gate collecting money. You understand? Just get your lorry fare.
And you're saying
your
they are selling a
money.
farm gate price.
They are selling a farm gate price.
This is not a place to come and sell high price. It's very,
No.
very cheap.
And the great thing is, you can be a retailer and also come. You understand? But you are not selling you anything there, because at this point we all have access to the farmer. So we are coming in. We've taken away the middlemen who make the produce go higher.
Okay.
So people are coming in, they are charging you for the AC car that they drove to the farm, they are charging you for the stress, the traffic they were in and everything. Their children who were even worrying them in the morning before they set off. We are paying for all that.
Fees and rent.
You understand? So they calculate, you say, how much is the plantain? Then they calculate this and that, say 26.
We are not doing that there.
Meanwhile, on the farm, you probably will get it for like 4 cedis.
So we are saying it's at farm gate price.
Yes.
Come early and there's space for you to stay.
Yes,
because we have music, we have food. It's a big place.
It's a big place.
So your weekend is with us.
Sorted.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And we also said that a lot of people, their kids have never gone to a market before. They're always playing video games. Wear them Crocs and let them follow you.
Even if you have Wellington boots.
And they should follow you and say, hey, mommy,
so nice.
this is potatoes, this is mushroom, this is snail, this is chicken.
Some people have even seen live goats before.
I'm telling you.
Live chicken before.
These are our new internet babies.
Do you know people have goats as pets? Pig is a pet. Pig is a pet.
All right, so the Agri-fair starts tomorrow, and it's on for 3 days. We've been talking to Firma. I'll read a few questions for you before you go, but we also have had in the studio our friend from Interplus who amazingly produce irrigation kits and irrigation systems. So Mavis Asante is the marketing manager for Interplus, and the line is called In Green Irrigation Services, and you can get an irrigation system for as low as 1,800. So very, very exciting. Caleb, a quick comment.
So this one says, what is the gate fee? Goats, and with a goat, can it be slaughtered there? I think
there's no gate fee.
None.
And a lot of the people who bring poultry can dress it for you if you want.
Yeah.
So if you want it dressed in front of you, it's a market, so they can dress it for you.
But apart from kebabs and fruit juices, would there be locally cooked food?
Well, a lot of the people say they'll do grilled poultry. So
and there's proper food.
There's proper food too.
Yes, there's proper food.
Okay.
So
you don't need to eat at home.
Will come.
Okay.
Yeah, Panadol will come. Exactly.
Exactly. So there'll be like grills, yam and stuff like this.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
No, but Aislinn, no, she has some.
So Aislinn, they say banku.
Highly anointed.
You know. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much for those comments. So any final comments from you, Mavis, before you go?
Yes, we look forward to seeing everyone, especially the farmers. Come and let's do this together. Help you farm all year.
Let's make it happen. Yeah. Let's make it happen. Frima Edunyami.
Yes, sir.
Now, I need to tell you that the government, what do you call it, Feed Ghana program, they have 3 canopies. They say you can't have an Agri-fair without the Ministry of Agri.
Thank you.
So they will be there in their numbers.
Yeah.
And they said they can endorse you t-shirt to wear. Feed Ghana. So they are coming with anger and with aggression.
That'll be the whole story.
So those who want to know a lot more about the government Agri program, the minister is excited about it. Wonderful. Today the deputy minister will be at the forum, which starts around 9:30. But then the ministry itself has endorsed the Agri-fair. They say it's a very important thing. Yesterday I got a call from the head of the parliamentary committee on Agri, and he said, Bernard, I said yes. He said, hey, so you are doing Agri-fair, you've not invited the parliamentary select committee. And I said, I'm sorry. Then he said, if send a letter, we will come. So the parliamentary committee on Agri, they said they want to. They said, he said, how can you be doing Agri?
The place.
So they said they are coming. That I should not do that again.
We won't do that
so
again.
The letter, I will start with an apology. So the government say they are coming, the parliament say they are coming, and there's, as we can see, companies that are in the agri value chain are also coming in. And as we said, there are clinics for those of you who want to enter farming, so you can also enjoy. Frima, I haven't asked you to go, but maybe you can go.
I understand proverb.
No, minka cool. Send me the mimpamu.
All right.
Yes, Obanya Safo young can say 8:05 is the time. Let's get into tech and social media trends.
It's brought to us by Telecel and First Bank Ghana. First Bank Ghana is embarking on a journey to reconnect with customers who haven't used their accounts for a while. We would love the opportunity to provide you with a good standard of banking once again. Please reactivate your dormant accounts with us. Kindly visit our website and our socials. There's a link in the bio. Click on it, you're good to go. Alternatively, visit any of our branches. We're more than happy to receive you again. Give us a call, 0596 921 921. Shoot us an email, firstsolutions@firstbankgroup.com. First Bank, you first.
All right, so let's bring in Susu with the segment What's Trending this morning.
Of course, a little bit of Club World Cup, and I would say one of the first big upsets.
How does a draw become an upset?
Oh, when you're Real Madrid and you're playing Al Hilal, everyone expects you to win 3-0, 4-0.
Saudi Arabia, they have money.
They have money, but you still expect Real Madrid to win. So I'll say it's an upset because Real Madrid were heavily favored. But actually, I watched a lot of the match, and I have to say I was very impressed with Al Hilal. I thought they should have won that match.
But they are the winners of the Saudi League.
No, this year Al Ittihad won. Okay. Yeah, so the Saudi league is strong. So maybe we should give Ronaldo some credit. Maybe.
No, but a lot of good players are
there. Oh, no, a lot of good players. We are watching it and like, this guy is there. This guy is there.
I mean, Ruben Neves.
Yeah.
Who scored Portugal's winning goal? He plays for Al.
Yeah, and he plays for the Portuguese national team still. So very, very solid team. But you still expect that Real Madrid should be able to overpower them, but it didn't work out that way. Very good performance.
Okay, so that's trending.
Yeah, but a little bit again, the Club World Cup, I guess, is picking up steam. People are getting interested small, but the main thing, and look, I have to say this is going to be a one topic tech and social media trends because everyone is talking about the FBI.
The FBI.
The FBI. They said the FBI in Ghana, and they are picking up suspected individuals. So they are picking up people who are alleged to be involved in money laundering, romance scams, wire fraud, etc., etc. A list of crimes. So they are picking up the quote unquote big boys. So it's causing a kind of a big stir because people feel like these individuals are distorting various markets in Accra. You know, they are distorting the dating market, they are distorting the real estate market, they are distorting the car market,
distorting the currency market,
everything. They are just distorting.
And it's the US FBI that investigating.
Yes, and there was a letter that was shown that was alleged, that was supposedly signed by the Ministry of Interior. You know, authorizing some extraditions and that kind of stuff. Yeah, so
they are sending them to US to face justice.
Oh yeah, it's very. And
they've been scamming people in the US.
Yes. And you know the FBI too, they have a very high conviction rate. You know, they don't bring foolish cases.
When they catch you.
So when they bring it, it's like your chance of going to jail are very high. So
yeah, they take their time before they charge you.
And people have also been accusing my very good friend and musician Muna For Real for being involved in this.
Okay.
Because if you remember, we spoke about her coming back from prison, and you know there were suggestions of a plea deal and that kind of stuff. So people are alleging that part of that plea deal is why we are seeing the arrest.
Why? It's like she's choking. She's singing like a bird.
Unconfirmed reports, because you don't know, you weren't there with her, you don't know what's happening.
Because the fact that she's come out and now there are lots of people being arrested.
So people are kind of pinning it on her, which I think is unfair. There's no evidence of that, so don't do that.
But why are people even worried that they are arresting these guys? If they are wrong, they should be arrested.
But some people are benefiting. Like I said, the economy. If you are someone who and you know,
you should make money legally.
That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of things in the economy that these people are kind of funneling right now. A lot of these alleged people are also getting into music and that kind of stuff. So it's like, because they are doing so many different things. Yeah, there's a whole sub economy. If right now your biggest customer is, if you have a car wash, right, for example, and all these guys are bringing their cars for you to wash every weekend, and now they are arresting them. That's your business. So everybody
shouldn't do business at the expense of.
But it's, you know, you can also argue that I have my car wash. I don't.
Of course not.
Yeah. So everyone and their issues.
I see.
Yeah. So it's a very big trending story.
On all the social media platforms. All
the social, because look, it's what everyone is talking about. Because these people are flashy. You know, they are all over.
Are they known?
I mean, these are known businessmen, quote unquote, flashy people. So when they are arrested, they say they are being arrested on these charges. It's like, hey, so that's what you are doing. But some people have been like, I knew this guy was, you know, so
interesting.
Yeah. So
interesting. All right. So that's the main trend for the day.
Yes, exactly. And just for a little bit of tech news, so Malaysia has obtained a local court order against Telegram for allegedly spreading harmful content. So we speak about this all the time: online regulation, what kind of content is on your platform. And if you know about Telegram is used for a lot of, I would say, illegal might not be the word, but you know, sometimes they operate outside the confines of the law,
borderline,
and because it's international, all through people use it to send and receive things that might not necessarily be legal in their country and that kind of stuff. So the Malaysian authorities feel like people have been spreading things that are illegal in Malaysia on Telegram, so they want Telegram to stop.
They want to clamp down.
Yeah, if you even remember, the founder of Telegram was arrested. Was it in France?
Yeah,
because they were saying that the Russians were using his platform too much to do their information and stuff. So all these issues and all these kind of regulation things, it looks like we have a lot to learn and a lot to catch up on.
Okay.
Since 1894, we've witnessed the evolution of a brand and proudly partnered with its people on the path to prosperity. From the ink-stained ledgers of the past to the lightning-fast transactions of today, First Bank has consistently adapted, embracing innovation while cherishing the legacy of our heritage and making giant strides across the globe. It's not just about banking, it's about enabling your success generation after generation. Our legacy defined the past, shaped the present, and in 2094, we will still be fostering financial security and stability for future generations. We are helping to create a future where the possibilities are infinite, the opportunities borderless, and where the world looks up to Africa. Let's awaken the giant in you. You first. First Bank.
There is small money, there is big money, and there is too too much money. Telecel Too Much Money promo is here. Dial *500# to opt in. In the Telecel Too Much Money promo, you can win 100 Ghana cedis cash in the daily draws, 20,000 Ghana cedis in the weekly draws, and 1.2 million Ghana cedis in the grand draw. That's 1.2 million Ghana cedis. Simply reload airtime to end point to stand a chance to win. Dial *500# or visit the Telecel Play app to opt in now for the Telecel Too Much Money promo. Terms and conditions apply.
Telecel, connecting energies.
This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
When the pain is too much, don't know what else to do. So hunam ya buya, no munya munya. Rapping all, we'll take the pain away. Rapping all, Vema wuya unejai.
Rapinol is what you need. Rapinol will relieve you of all aches and pain in your body. Rheumatic pain, menstrual pain, body pain, toothaches, and other feverish conditions. Rapinol is a quality product from Danex Itin Starwin PLC. If symptoms persist after 48 hours, consult a physician. Not suitable for children below 16 years old, asthmatic, and ulcer patients. This advert is FDA approved.
Agri-fair 2025 is almost here. The much anticipated Agri-fair 2025 is just around the corner, happening from the 20th to the 22nd of June at the A4 Sutherland Children's Park in Accra. Get ready for a fun, educative, and exciting experience as we bring together the very best in agriculture, food, innovation, and entertainment all in one place. Exhibitors, if you have registered, it's time to pay and secure your spot before it's too late. Don't miss this opportunity to showcase your products to thousands of attendees. Call 0205-973-973 now to make your payment and lock in your space at Ghana's biggest agri-event. Come and enjoy the freshest farm produce at unbeatable prices and treat yourself to sizzling kebabs made from beef, mutton, pork, chicken, and more. Don't miss this. See you there. The Agri-fair 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV with support from 97.3 Citi FM and is proudly sponsored by the Ghana Exim Bank, Legacy Crop Improvement Center, Development Bank Ghana, Agri-Impact Limited, the Horticulture Business Platform, and Twellium Ghana Limited. Our technology partner is Farmerline.
From back in the day when Afro hair was trending and children had to queue to play Kojo's video game, Fun Milk was always irresistible. Today, it's an after-school source of refreshment. For you stuck in traffic and for us looking to cool off under the sun, the invitation is always that sound. So, whatever your choice, Fun Milk quality products keeps you cool and refreshed. Fun Milk triggers so much fun and excitement with just a blast of a horn. Fun Milk, spreading joy to everyone. This advert is FDA approved.
Looking for the latest buzz in Ghana's entertainment world? Welcome to Ghana Weekend, your ultimate destination for all things creativity and entertainment.
Stay in the loop with breaking news, exclusive interviews, and then insider stories from your favorite creatives and stars. From music, movies, fashion and art, lifestyle and culture, Ghana Weekend brings it all together. Get a daily dose of entertainment, discover new talent, and never miss out on the creativity that defines our vibrant culture.
Stay connected with us across all platforms. Follow us on Instagram with the handle Ghana Weekend, on X Ghana Weekend, on TikTok Ghana Weekend, at Ghana Weekend TV on YouTube for the latest in entertainment, travel, and everything Ghana. Don't miss out. Join the Ghana Weekend family today. Ghana Weekend, where entertainment meets creativity. Visit GhanaWeekend.com now.
Options be brave. Solisi baku.
convenience, baby.
Open up a world of financial convenience with Solace. Download the Solace Finance app from the Play Store or App Store today. Solace.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is City 97.3.
(19:08) on the City Breakfast Show. It's been a one-topic week for us, and we have no apologies for that.
Yeah, man.
Sometimes you need to focus your energies, and that's why we are talking about the Agri-fair 2025. Buy Ghana, eat Ghana, drink Ghana, spend your money on us.
Yeah, man.
Starting tomorrow. But get Translight Solar today and save up to 70% of your electricity bills. Enjoy clean and reliable energy without breaking the bank. No need to pay the full cost up front. We're offering an opportunity to own a complete solar system by paying between 30 and 50% of the cost and spreading the rest to between 12 to 36 months. You start payments as low as 1,200 per month. Call 025-604-0838 or go to translightsolar.com for more information. The number again 025-604-0838. Translight Solar, wherever there's sunlight, there is Translight. Experience the thrill of banking with Zenith Bank this season. Enjoy 24-hour access to Zenith Bank secure digital banking channels from the comfort of your home. Simply use the Z Mobile app, the Zenith Internet Banking, or dial star 966# to manage your account, buy data bundles and airtime, make payments and more. For a full bouquet of Zenith Bank's digital banking channels, visit zenithbank.com.gh or call 054-2000-111. Zenith Bank, in your best interest. If you haven't tried KB chocolate yet, you're really missing out. It's rich, it's smooth, proudly made in Ghana, and the perfect treat for yourself or a thoughtful gift for someone special. Getting your hands on some KB goodness is super easy. You can find KB chocolate at all Palace Malls, Migmat, East Legon, Wild Gecko, handicraft shops at Kotoka International Airport, and Shiashi and Super Safe. For our listeners in the US, you can shop online via Etsy. Search for KB chocolate or visit the following stores in the Chicago area: AB's Market in Romeoville, One African Market, and A Plus Store. KB also produces custom-made chocolate gifts for corporate events and businesses. You deserve a brand new car. Volkswagen is offering a Virtuous Highline Salon at a used car price. We also have the T1, the Amarok, Walk into any Volkswagen retail outlet with your used car budget and you may drive out with a brand new car. Call or WhatsApp 025-795-6688. We also have the T1, the Allspace, the Terramont, and the T-Cross. Volkswagen, rise and thrive.
Now imagine waking up to serenity every day, surrounded by nature's beauty and luxury in a gated estate you can be proud to call your home. At Western Villas, located at Ayi Mensa, are stunning homes redefine elegance. Each home is a masterpiece designed with precision and love. From the swimming pool, gym, playground, beautiful landscaped gardens and private balconies, making everyday feel like a retreat. We also have executive plots for sale at McCarthy Hill, strategically located and offer unparalleled views, easy access to amenities, and endless possibilities for executive living. With just 5% deposit, you can reserve your space. Contact us today to learn more about our luxury homes at Ayi Mensa or executive plots at McCarthy Hill. Call us now 0536 50 22 95. Visit www.westernvillas.com for more information.
In the meantime, two big announcements were made yesterday by the president during the orientation of the MMDAs. And I would have loved to be a fly on that wall, because the president said next year we will vote for MMDCs. It's been something we've said a lot. He didn't necessarily say it to be on partisan basis, but he's basically saying you vote for your mayor. Yeah. And then he also says he's giving each of them 25 million cedis this year. I think they should have given them the money based on need. I don't think some assemblies deserve that money, and I think some assemblies deserve a bit more. So let me take, for example, Richard Sky's Denu. K2 South is a big place, right? It has some rural areas, but also has some large areas. The revenue potential is not the same as, say, Akachi North. They are in the same region. Akachi North is mostly agrarian, and they are mostly farmers. So the type of support the Akachi North Assembly needs, the kind of revenue that the K2 South Assembly can raise, because of the business activities there, if they are going to, for example, the shops in K2 South, the transport owners in K2 South, the factories in K2 South, the revenue potential of K2 South is more than Akachi North. So this blanket 25 million to each assembly, I don't think is the right thing to do. I think we need to force assemblies to be more responsible. Tamale, Cape Coast, Accra, Kumasi, Ho, Sekondi, Takrade, Sunyai, they have revenue potential. They should get serious. They should collect property rate. They have a lot of commercial properties they can collect. They should collect parking fees. They should charge shops for whatever they want to charge. And then pump the money into the rural places, because they need infrastructure. You get it? So that's one. Number two, the president also said MMDCs will be elected. This is on page 13. So I want your thoughts on that. I have evolved on this topic. So I don't even know what I believe anymore. Because, you know, Dr. Akweti and co have taken us through a lot of training on why we need to vote for our assembly people. Because they believe that particularly the MMDCs, accountability is missing. I'm not sure whether party lines helps or not. Some people believe that if you vote on party lines, it reduces the winner takes all. So, for example, we are sitting here saying, why is MPP in June 2025 thinking about 2028? Because they have nothing else to do. If these 251 assembly members or DCs, if we even use the proportion of voting where NDC got 188, MPP got 88 as an example, if you look at that ratio, you probably have had maybe 70 assemblies run by MPP. Do you get it? That means that the government is not just one party. So you would have had at least 2/5 of assembly leaders who belong to the opposition party. That means they have resources to work. That means they have some agency. But the whole MPP is thinking about 2028.
Yeah.
You get it? So, and when I listen to people like Dr. Akweti and they explain it to me, I sort of get it. Because I feel like this idea of having one half of the country just sitting at home waiting for the one in government to fail is not a very sensible thing to do. Okay. But I also feel like voting doesn't cure anything if the political parties don't do proper internal governance. So we need the political parties to be strong so that they will be the first, the first line of check. Because we don't know the difference between Sky and Caleb, because Sky is on a party, But if a political party is serious, they can say, we don't know who this guy is. We won't let him go on our ticket because he is not credible. Do you get it? So if they present Francisca, then we can then say, well, if MPP say Francisca is good, we probably will vote for her because but if the MPP doesn't do their job, and then maybe Sky is some Sakawa boy and they put him on the ticket, then we have a problem, you see. So my support for partisan voting is premised on political parties being more serious and being better governed. Because we tend to, in Ghana, what's the way we do it? We use we like silver bullets. So we say, assemblies are not working, let's vote for MMDCs. And we think that in itself solves a problem. But I don't think it does. Because voting can actually create more problems.
I want to pose a question to you in that are political parties in Ghana really independent in the sense, or they are influenced by personalities, big personalities within the party? So if you take the MPP and the NDC, they are influenced by the top guns, those who have the money. And so I don't see your position as a cure, whether or not it's partisan, because I don't think that an assemblyman or a woman belonging to a political party will really change the problem we have with our politics, or will really make decentralization efficient or not. Because we have a problem with how we run our politics. Our politics is more personality than the political party, even though we put out two main political parties.
Okay, so you are re-emphasizing my point. So I am saying that I will only support voting for MMDCs on party lines if the political parties do better. Because I still think they play an important role in our country.
But I think it would not matter whether or not they belong to a political party.
So we are discussing two issues. Issue one is the winner takes all. I think winner takes all is not a good thing, because I don't see why we have very good people in both NDC and MPP and CPP and wherever they are. Okay, the fact that NDC has won the election, there are lots of people who will not necessarily contribute except in parliament. In fact, the whole posture of opposition is to oppose. I'm saying that if there were people in the opposition who were also in government at the local level, it helps.
Okay.
It helps. Okay, so I'll give you an example. Katrina occurs, or something happened in the US. Barack Obama was president. Chris Christie was a Republican governor of New Jersey. The Republican Party were really giving Obama stress. Chris Christie says, well, I'm the governor of New Jersey. My people have a problem. I need to work with the president to solve it because I'm in power. Do you understand? So even though the Republican Party was undermining Obama a lot in the Congress, there were some Republican governors who had to work with the government because they also have agency. So my argument is that if you say you want to reduce winner takes all, if you make the election of MMDCs on a partisan basis, it's very possible that the mayor of Kumasi will be an MPP person. And he will be working to help the country. So even this orientation that they went to yesterday, he probably would have been an MPP man in an orientation. What I'm saying is that helps to reduce the desperation, because as we sit here, MPP is just scheming about 20, and I'm thinking, why should you be thinking about 2028 in June? And look, think about it. They haven't even finished orienting the MMDCs to start working. Somebody's already lacing his boots for another election. We can't live our life from election to election, so that's problem one. But I'm saying that I support that only to the extent that the political parties become more serious in playing their role. So, for example, there are so many things political parties should do as organizations that produce our leaders that they don't. Statutorily, they are supposed to file their financials. They don't do it.
Declaring their assets and all that.
Now, I think they also have to do, they need a better database of their members. Yesterday, when I was interviewing Justin Cody, I says the reason they are not sure of opening the electoral college for everybody is that they don't even know they don't even have a full database. Do you get it? It's like a political party has been in power for 30 years and they are not even sure who their members are. And this is for both parties, okay? Number 3, they have not built the institution such that it can weed out miscreants. A lot of people come to political parties because they are either wanted in their country, maybe he goes to Australia to do something, he's been deported, then he goes to a constituency and starts nurturing the constituency. Nobody checks his background. Is he credible? Just because he has money. Do you understand? So the political parties are not weeding out. So a lot of people are being appointed and now we are saying they are fake certificates. Do you understand what I'm saying? If a political party does its work well, it helps the country. Because you see, political parties are not bad people. But they are supposed to do better. So they can say in their vetting committee, they will have some judges who will go through and say, look, this guy, we are not sure of his background. Or when we check his whatever transcript he brought, he's not serious. Or he's liar. Do you understand me? Yes. If the political parties do that, it gives us a better pool to choose from. It also makes it possible for people like Sky and you to want to do politics. But now you can't do it because if you want to do politics, somebody who has money, we don't even know where it's coming from, and will go and dirty you because you value your reputation. You went to Citi University of London. You also went to Buckingham University. You get it? Somebody has nothing to lose. He has none of your training, but he's always organizing the constituency. Do you understand me? So I think that to save the country, our political parties need to be strengthened to do better. That's the only way to also break the hold of the so-called godfathers. They must become very serious organizations. Some of the political parties that these are parties relate to in the UK and the US, they are very well structured. They have a better system of reporting. So if the political parties do well, then because voting doesn't cure bad governance if the political parties' internal operations are poor. Do you understand? So the voting is not a solution to our problem.
Yeah.
By having the option of good candidates selected by the parties then cures the problem of agency, because the issue is participation. You can't represent me if I can't change you. Okay, so in saying we should vote for MMDCs without doing the hard work of making our political parties better managed, you are not going to achieve anything. In fact, you are going to worsen issues possibly, because look at political parties, look at their voting cycle. Let's take MPP. Now they say they'll vote for their flag bearer first. Then they will now vote for their executives. Maybe they'll vote for national executives next. Vote for regional executives. Vote for polling station. In a 2-year cycle, they'll be voting like 6 times. Alright? Then you're going to add MMDC voting. Voting is an expensive endeavor. So, voting. Fine, some countries vote a lot, depending on how they go about their voting. But for us, our voting is also money. Do you get it? So, let's not treat voting for MMDCs as the silver bullet. It will not solve anything if the hard work of internal party governance is not done. And this is where I think the media should focus on, because a lot of the discussion has been, we don't know who the MC is. When we call him for interviews, not coming. So have you noticed that a lot of our MPs come for interviews, but MMDCs, they can choose to come or not?
Yeah.
Because they answer to their president, they don't answer to the public.
Also, Bernard, you would notice that a lot of the MCEs are in constituencies where the MPs are MPP. The MCEs were those who contested on the ticket of the NDC and lost. So now the MCE will be working to get the favor of the voters and not working in tandem with the MP for the area. So there's that sort of thing. So if for example, I'm at Tema
Which is
Central,
why some parties said if you want to be MP,
you shouldn't have been an MCE for
I think they
some
said
time.
something. I think one party
Yes.
said something like that.
Yeah, so
which party was that?
It was the
MPP
that precluded MCEs and DCs from contesting. If you want to do that, then you can resign.
But some did though. For example, let me take Tema. The Tema MCE contested for Tema East MP.
Did he resign before?
Or that is if the current MP is no longer going again.
Yes. So
okay, I think they did that for orphan seats. Yes. Okay, so what they did yeah. So they didn't want to do, but I think they should even do it. That's a good example of internal party governance. So you can say that if you are MCE, be MC. If you're MP, be MP.
You see,
so that it brings discipline, because Sky, they can undermine each other.
Yeah, that's true. But
let me give you a very example. So let's assume I ran for primaries as Adenta for NDC, and I lost. And then Ramadan has won as MP for Adenta. and then you make me the MCE for Adenta.
Yes.
He will feel that the MP has a better status because he is voted for. So the MCA and the MP will be fighting each other.
So the question is, the person who is making that appointment, did he take that into consideration? You see, good governance is not all about. Governance is not about, oh, it is prudent for me politically, so let me do it. No, you have to look at the situation in the round. Ask yourself, if these two people are put in the same assembly, you know, the MP is a de facto member of the assembly, right? There's a term there's a term for it. I've forgotten the term, but he's a de facto member of the assembly.
Yeah. He's a member of the assembly.
So if the two people went into an election which was bitterly contested, in some cases suspicions that the other side cheated, right? How can you, as the appointing authority, guarantee that they are likely to work together?
Ex-officio member.
Ex-officio.
Thank you.
Yeah. So that in itself creates problem because from day one, competition will begin. So that even where the DCE knows that, okay, these people in a particular community require, say, a public latrine, which he should build as a matter of conscience and developmental, whatever it is, sensitivity to the plight of the people. He wouldn't do it because he thinks that
they support.
Oh, yes, in that particular constituency, that area there, they don't support them. So the question you ask yourself is whether the appointing authority took that into consideration. Look, I have said here repeatedly that I don't think that elections will fix the problem because I look at our national governance. I look at what is happening in Parliament. The quality of our Parliament hasn't improved merely because we have been voting. No.
You can even argue that it's declining.
Exactly.
You can even argue.
Exactly.
Because, Francisca, if you pick, I'm not cutting you. You can romanticize the past, but if you pick a typical MP in the 96 Parliament or the 2000 Parliament and you compare them to a typical MP in the 2025 Parliament, maybe we've grown, but I don't think it's the same quality.
Not at all.
I don't think it's the same.
Not holding brief for MPs or politicians, but it's a general decline of society as well. So as we are all declining, it will not be surprising that they're also declining.
But you can argue that appointments have not necessarily declined in quality. So Sky's point is that the people who offer themselves for voting generally is not as high quality, but some of the appointments are still pretty okay. Generally, okay. Baskai, finish your point.
So you see, I do not believe that elections will solve the problem. If the appointing authority becomes very deliberate, as we've been saying, is Bernard capable of doing the job? Does he have a track record to support him? Do we have do we share the same developmental agenda so that we can liberate him to go and do what we believe is in the interest of the people of Ga West municipality? If we are deliberate about the decisions like that, then we will put Bernard there because we do know that, first of all, Bernard will not come and, lick my boots and says that, oh, Charlie, this is what, Mr. President, he will tell you, Mr. President, no, this thing, you want to do it this way. But for my people, I think there's a problem there. He will be able to be assertive and say that, look, in the interest of the people of Ga West Municipal Assembly, we cannot make this happen. He has the track record to back him. He's been in maybe the corporate world. He's been able to raise resources over the years to prosecute projects that people thought would have been impossible. And he's been able to do it. And with that background and the connections he has, he can bring that to the municipality and help fix the problems. And he's clear in his mind about the agenda he wants to
you are putting the responsibility on the appointing authority because you feel the appointing authority should be able to know all of this and appoint a competent person as against the voting instincts of people.
Yeah, unfortunately, Bernard, what we have is that majority of the time, the president doesn't even know the person he's appointing. He may have heard that, oh, he was a constituency, something, or he may have been nurturing the constituency.
But he doesn't need to know the person. He just needs to have people around him who will tell him the truth.
You see, that's the problem. The people around him will not tell him the truth because they also have their interests.
Which is why we say we should vote then. Because you see, we are saying there are two possibilities. Do we appoint or do we vote? Appointment, you believe, can cure the problem if the executive is serious.
Yeah. So it's.
But you don't think the voter can choose a good person because the offerings may not even be the best.
The voter is not always discerning.
So it's easier for an appointing authority to solve this problem than a voter to solve it.
Yes. So you see, the appointing authority does not necessarily have to be the president of the republic. Yeah. We can have a public appointments board of some kind.
People can apply.
Yeah, they apply
have a judge,
exactly.
have a member of this,
exactly.
have something, and then
investment banker or somebody with some rigor,
and
right?
Then it's like a public hearing.
Exactly. So you apply to become the DCE for Adenta.
Yeah.
First of all, you are connected to the place in a way. You understand the place inside out. You have a certain educational qualification. In other words, you have handled development before, or you understand what it means to transform a space. So you go and you apply. They open it that, we are opening the process. You apply to it. There is a committee that is set up to shortlist the names. The committee will produce that name to this particular board I'm talking about, and then they will invite the people who have been shortlisted for an interview. And you go there and you defend your plan. Then you go.
You could even include a chief in it.
Exactly. So even if we for some reason think that just for what do you call it
for the
optics, the president gives you a scroll or whatever it is as a sign of your appointment.
The team that does the so you think there should be a more organic way of choosing people?
Exactly.
So let's think about it. Don't forget where we are going. We are saying we are solving different problems. What is the problem with our assemblies? The problem with our assemblies is like 3 levels. We don't think some of the people are the right people. Okay? And we also don't think that the people are accountable, or the leaders are accountable to the people. So that's one problem. We also don't think some of the assembly leaders are qualified. Okay? But we also don't need to forget about the structure of the assembly itself. Because what hampers development is not just lack of quality MC or unaccountable MC. It's also because the assembly structure doesn't attract the best people. So, for example, we can spend all our time choosing a very competent person to be MC. His team may be incompetent. The reason this show works is I have people around me who work. So you can change the host, but if you don't have a good producer, you don't have a good editor, you don't have a good social media guy. So don't you also think that this discussion around MCs even misses the point that maybe the assembly's makeup, so the process that you described should be rather used to fill the spaces. So that, for example, head of planning, head of this, because the people in the assembly, they are the guys who actually do the work. So if the assembly is weak, the DC can only do as much. I do understand that a good leader can do a bit, but sometimes the people even fight the DC.
Exactly.
So should we not spend more time? And again, it's a chicken and egg, right? Because some will say, how do you build a strong institution? So let's take Adenta as an assembly. Do you build a good assembly by having a good MC? He doesn't appoint everybody. So let's make the assembly. That's why I think the solution is in the funding. If you say that every assembly gets 25 million cedis, it's not a good approach. You can say that category A assemblies, you have revenue potential, and we are using Sky's process for you to apply for the job, and this is how much you'll be paid per month. Now, how can you use the resources of the assembly to bring development? Show us. Do you understand? Then you say, I will do on-street parking payment, I will build a market, I will do property rate, but I will need this type of person to work with me. So the appointing authority says, okay, Richard Sky, we are making you a Adenta MCE, but Francisca will be your lawyer. Caleb Kuda will be your head of planning. And they're also going to be paid competitive prices so long as you are able to generate the revenue to do the work. So I think it makes more sense to use the institution reform approach than to say, because voting is not, but you see in Ghana, public discourse is not rich. People don't have nuance and people are in a hurry. So even with the headline, the front page, next batch of MMDCs to be elected, full stop. So we've reduced the argument to should we vote or should we not vote? It's possibly a false argument. The argument is actually what he's saying. How do you build a strong assembly? We could even say, let's have a blend. And I think that's what the NDC in the past wanted to do. They said they can have a blend where the process you suggested, let's bring 3. And then the 3, they vote. You get it? That's what Ahoy and Co thought in their white paper. But in Ghana, it's I don't know, we are not able to discuss issues to a point of coming to the best idea.
My addition to this will be that, I mean, we can have competent people at the local level and even do that bipartisanly. But we all have come to know that when it comes to politicians and their interests, they always work together. So you can do this election on a bipartisan level, you can have competent people leading, and if the citizens are not engaged in the civic process at the local level, the politicians can always take advantage of them anyway in the execution of projects and all those things. So my addition would be that on top of all that we are discussing, we should encourage more citizen engagement at the local government level.
The only way we do that is through voting. The problem in Ghana is that only political parties mobilize. You see, because we in the media, we are mobilizing people to come and buy food. It's fine. We mobilize people to come and eat local food. We don't mobilize politically. Churches mobilize people to do crusade and do evangelism. Only political parties mobilize people around elections. That is why when they are not involved in the voting for MMDC is directly, people don't vote. So you see, I'm back to the point. Political parties are actually vehicles for good if the state will take it more seriously. So I'm saying, for example, EC can say political parties, you people should be more serious with some of the things you do and sanction them for not doing the things they don't do.
You see,
if the political parties are serious, they will mobilize people to do the thing you just said.
I was coming to the point. Bernard, so look at how the election process is structured. The parties choose who should lead them in a particular constituency. And then they submit the names to the EC people. The EC ideally is not supposed to be a conveyor belt and say that merely because the people have submitted it, let's pass it on.
So scrutinize.
There should be some rigor. Because why should it come out later that a particular person in parliament was not even qualified or was convicted somewhere in the US and blah blah blah.
So EC should be able to be more active.
Exactly, do a more rigorous job. That yes, you submitted your CV that you were ABCD, but there are gaps. Let's go and investigate it. So there is some due diligence that is done. The man was in the US for 10 years. Is it possible to reach out to the US authorities to determine what he was doing there? Was he at some point locked away because he had done ABCD? He made a particular claim about something. Can you audit that and come to a determination that, this person qualifies in the eyes of the law to run for office? But many of these things come up after the fact.
And then it now goes to court and all.
So you see, if we use the filters properly, the people themselves who are voting, they use their own proper filter. The party people at the party level also do the proper thing. And then the EC does the proper thing. Then the options that will be before the
will be much better. Let's hear from Dr. Richard Fiadomo. He's the president of Chamber of Local Governance. By the way, let's know what you think about this endless debate. MMDC is to be elected. Should it be partisan, non-partisan? The Chamber's president said elected MMDCs will improve accountability and deepen democratic governance. But he's saying that, I'm not sure he's saying that it should be partisan though. Let's hear him.
When we talk about partisanship, carefully read Article 55 Clause 3 of Ghana's Constitution. It says that when it comes to district level elections, no political party should sponsor a candidate. And the underlying word here is sponsorship. And when we say a political party sponsoring a candidate, then it is that political party that is filing for and on behalf of that candidate at the Electoral Commission. So if you see all the 276 MPs that we have, apart from the independent candidates that are in parliament, the rest of all of them were either sponsored by the NDC or the FDC and they are in parliament on the ticket of the political party. But you see, I am a Christian, I am a Muslim, I'm a traditionalist, and I'm going for a non-partisan election. I expect Christians to support me. I expect Muslims to support me. I expect traditional authorities to support me. If I belong to the Rotary Club, I expect them to support me. If I belong to any identifiable body, I expect them to support me. So this issue, so if I belong to the NDC, MPP, or CPP, I want the NDC members to vote because the election that I'm going for is non-partisan. But I'm a member of the NDC, member of the MPP, or the Movement for Change. My brother, let me give you a typical example. As for partisan politics, it is always there. As to whether what the law says is what you should allow to happen. You know that prior to the NDC winning power, the Supreme Court judges that were selected or nominated by Akufo-Addo to have gone through the process, you know that as we speak, none of them were nominated by the NDC, Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Do you know what that means? It also tells you that there's some partisan consideration when you are even selecting Supreme Court judges. So the partisan consideration will always be there. But the question is, what does the law say? The law says that political parties should not sponsor. So if anybody uses NDC color, MPP color, that does not necessarily make it partisan. The MPP, the symbol of the MPP is the elephant, and the symbol of the NDC is the umbrella. So have you seen any assembly member using the umbrella or elephant in the country before? No. So for me, that issue of partisanship at that level, it is within the judiciary, it is everywhere. So the perfect example I'm giving to you and Ghanaians is that the Supreme Court judges that Akufo-Addo wanted to send to Parliament are not the same. Not even one of them was nominated by John Dramani Mahama. So when it comes to partisan consideration, it will always be there, but that is not what the law says.
Doc, how different will an election of an MMD or MDA be from the appointment?
Number one, it will give them security of tenure. You know, these MMDCs that are undergoing the orientation, tomorrow, if it is the pleasure of the president, he can even sack them before they finish the orientation. So that security of tenure is there. Number two, we have a situation whereby the chief executive who will be elected will know that their source of power is from the people and no longer from the president. The kind of situation, you saw how the current MMDCs were selected. They were selected through a partisan process. So at the end of the day, the political party has a certain influence over them today as we speak. So if you have a situation where the general secretary wants something done to the benefit of the NDC, you are likely to see the chief executive doing it because it's a partisan issue. But if you are elected by the people, no political party will want to play any football with any chief executive. Number three, the chief executive can now plan because you know that you have a fixed term of office, 4 years. So you can budget and plan towards 4 years. But as we speak today, many of the chief executives do not get into any long-term planning because as they are there, they cannot tell their tomorrow. So those are some of the considerations and the benefits that you and I will get if we allow our chief executives to be elected. They will now be accountable to you and I and not accountable to their constituency executives, to their regional executives, to their national executives, or even to the president. So those are some of the things that are going to be of benefit to you and I if we are given the chance to elect our own chief executives.
So, Sky, that was Dr. Richard Fiadumo.
Fiadumo.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Making his arguments, on this conversation about whether or not we should make it partisan and what advantages there will be to us. One thing he spoke about that stuck with me was the security of tenure that it gives to the MMDCEs when we vote for them. And then also he even goes ahead to talk about how other institutions, for example, are not so independent, even as we want it to be.
We can reduce all of those things to writing if we are purposed to create the kind of environment that would allow a person to have security of tenure, the freedom to do things. We can make that happen. Because, if security of tenure is an issue, if you appoint the person, the appointment is for what? 4 years or 5 years or 7 years.
Like the special prosecutor.
It's like the special prosecutor, so that it is only on stated grounds that you can remove the person from office. And it must meet certain requirements. But you see, we have reduced everything to politics. We think everything must be politics. No. That is why we will get to a point where justices appointed to even the Supreme Court, their tenure of office will become coterminous that of the president, because we are reducing everything to politics. But that is not how it is. He made a very fantastic point about two nominees who were supposed to go onto the Supreme Court in the previous administration. Look, if you look at the CV, like the things that these two nominees have over the years achieved, right? You ask yourself, even assuming that the previous parliament did not take action on them, if a new president comes in, if we are dealing with things fairly, and we think that, oh, this person on the Supreme Court,
they should have been added,
will help this country. And we are doing things because we are doing it for Ghana. Maybe the president will say that, oh, look, I have looked at these two nominees. I think that it is fair. They should go back and let's see what Parliament will do about it. But that hasn't happened. So as he stated, it is as though almost everything
has been reduced to partisan
considerations to it. And it is a problem for me. That is why people don't sometimes even allow themselves to be put up for positions, because they think that, oh, if the president promotes me today, then tomorrow they will say, oh, he's an MPP person. I have friends on the bench. And in the previous administration, when people were applying for, positions to actually go up, many of them said they were not going to do. I know them not to be NDC or MPP people. But they were not,
just by the sheer optics.
Exactly. They will be promoted under an administration, and then the tag will come in. Oh, these people, it was this person who promoted it.
Because even some security officers suffer that. So, for example, if you're ADC to a former president, then once you come, another government comes in, then you're going to be tagged. So, if you're rising the ranks, then it becomes a thing that is used against you.
It is service. You are serving the nation. You are serving the Republic of Ghana. You are not serving a president. That is why when the president is having his own team, in that case you can say that, okay, his kitchen cabinet and all of those people who work in that inner circle, you have gone deep into his bedroom, right? In that case you can then isolate them. But where people are appointed to positions that are public office positions, we should stop this whole idea, oh, does he belong to us? As we speak, let me give you a typical example. There's something happening with respect to Justice Akabuafo.
Yes. There's a petition against his nomination.
Now, look, behind the scenes, all kinds of things are being said. Oh, okay, some people are beginning to feel, they think that he belongs to the other side. And look, the question is the gentleman solid enough to sit on the Supreme Court? What is his law? Is his law robust? If we have such a fine gentleman on the bench, would it inure to the service of the country? Would it help the republic? Would it push the development of constitutional law or law generally to areas that we want it to be? Those are the questions those should be the considerations. But, does he belong to us, or would he belong to the other side? Oh, are there other people who are more committed to the cause of... Those are the issues. And you go back, the two nominees who were rejected. Look, I've forgotten the gentleman's name. This is a man who has internationally celebrated as one of the finest legal brains the world ever produced. And he's distinguished himself in many, many areas of law and celebrated internationally for that. But merely because a certain president says, oh, let's put him there, and then some other people took a different view, he's not on the court today. Look at Justice Dennis. People said Dennis. Many people were wild, but so all along
for all these while,
he taught me, and long before that, I've always known him, because of decisions he'd made and covering the courts, at some point and all of that. So you could tell that this is a material who should rise through the ranks quickly. But again, political consideration. So this party, when he was there, the MPP were on. They think that, oh no.
I want to throw something in.
Go on.
Maybe a little bit of optimism. from this, even if it's teeny weeny, don't you think that despite the potential political interference or capture, partisanship, and I'm flowing from the interview we just listened to, involving voter participation or the electorates, that in itself can bring some kind of accountability. You can have community members participating in the local governance, they're demanding for development, or you are voted out. Just as we've seen in the past with MPs, community members can gather today and say, if you don't fix our road, we're going to vote you out.
So you see, it's a brilliant question.
The name you're trying to remember is Professor Richard Opong.
Exactly.
Right. Okay.
Look, forget about politics and whatever. I don't know him to be a politician. He's a fine brain. Research. Go, if you are listening, go. You go on the internet and research. Just try and understand who he is and what he's achieved with his life. You will not even be talking about, because the law at the Supreme Court is not politics. I mean, people say, oh, yes, of course, people say all kinds of things, but the law must be the law.
That's fine.
And when I want to deal with
it. Yes, I will let you do that. Yeah, I want you to take care of, not deal with it, take care of her consent.
Let me take. You see, it is brilliant. On the face of it, that is how we should do it. But like I said, the voter is not always discerning. Look, the decisions that have been made consistently since the last 30 years or so, can we say that we have had a good parliament because people have been voting over the last 30 years? Can you say that? Look at the quality of people who sometimes go against others and yet they lose, right? We do know that when those people go to parliament, maybe we would have some of the best ministers serving us. But those people don't go because for some reason, okay, the person is not from my tribe. Oh, maybe the guy doesn't come to funerals. Oh, when you go and see him, the wife doesn't talk to you properly. Many of these things become the considerations that drive who gets elected as a member of parliament. It is the same thing that will be repeated if we come to the matter of electing DCs and MCEs. Does he come from here? Is he part of our tribe? Does he come to our naming ceremony? Meanwhile, the bigger issue that should drive our responses at the polls should be, does he have the right intellect? Does he have the right approach? Does he have the competence to deal with the problems that we face? Has he presented a plan that aligns with our developmental aspirations? And are these things feasible? Can we support him so that the transformation he dreams of, he can reduce it to actual development on the ground? No, these are not the things that we think about. You understand? So it would take a lot of transformation of the Ghanaian mindset at the leadership level too, and then at the institutional level, for us to see the kind of progress others make by electing the right people into offices. Otherwise, we'll go and vote 4 years, people will go to sleep, somebody will give some small money, and that is it.
Let me bring in some messages at this point. Good morning, CBS team. Sky is very right, but it depends on the behavior of the appointed person. Your behavior shows if you belong to the governing party. For instance, I will resign from any post being given by the governing party if they push me to do something which is not right constitutionally. This is wisdom from Gomoa Akotse. And then also Bernard and team, I don't disagree with Sky. That means you agree with him, isn't it? But if the committee is a local government committee, then we won't go anywhere. Look at all the accusations surrounding the recent MMDCE appointments. Unless we make it privatized under a well-recognized entity, maybe. Okay.
Yes, so the name is Professor Richard Opong.
Yes.
And he is the only global Ghanaian expert on the conflict of laws. conflict of laws. When laws are in conflict, which one takes precedence over what? International, provisions in this country, on that country, blah blah blah. Which one? And imagine such a mind on the Supreme Court and what he can bring into discussing international transactions that government of Ghana is a party to. You understand? But he was appointed or nominated by somebody else. So that we should stop that kind of thing.
So.
It is horrifying, and it makes it, and it happens in almost every aspect of life. Somebody takes, as a citizen, takes an action. They say, he's doing it because he's doing NDC policy, or he's doing it because of MPP. No. We should grow above that.
Okay.
Respectfully.
We will get there. But the Office of the Registrar of Companies is asking business owners, company directors, secretaries, and partners of incorporated partnerships in Ghana to do the right thing with respect to filing of annual returns and the renewal of their business names. There will be no extension beyond June 30. Because there have been earlier press releases, one issued on the 14th of April, announcing deadlines and urging all defaulting companies and businesses to comply. So companies who fail to file annual returns with financial statements shall be deemed non-compliant and would be liable to pay a penalty of 1,000 cedis in addition to filing fees. Therefore, you are urged as companies and business owners to comply with these statutory obligations within a specified time frame to ensure continuity and avoid the risk of being delisted from the official register. The notice is that the ORC does not operate any Momo account, therefore disregard any such request for Momo payments. For further clarifications, call us WhatsApp or Telegram 059955774 or 0302666081 on socials at ORC Ghana. ORC is a trusted partner for business. And if you're looking for a little more in life without spending more, I get it. Every city counts. That's why I want to share something that really made a difference with you. The Absa Abapa account is designed for people like you and I, those who work hard and deserve more for less. Here's what I get with my Absa Abapa account: free GH Link card, access to loans up to 50,000 cedis when you need help, high interest on savings, free SMS alerts to track every peso you spend, seamless mobile and online banking. There's no need to join any long queues, and the best part is it is very easy to open. So if you're looking for more value and peace of mind as well as control over your money, the Absa Abapa account is the account just for you. Open the account today and get more. Your story matters. Absa. So you spoke and we heard you. DSTV has cooked something absolutely amazing, an upgrade to the next higher package, and that's on us. That's right. All you need to do is to pay your subscription today and get an instant upgrade onto the next higher package for free. Pay today using the *759# or any of our payment options. There's a promo that's available to the end of July. T's and C's apply. DSTV is your home of entertainment. And get ready for a game changer as an SME. MTN is introducing the Yellow Biz as a new multi-service bundle with everything you need for smarter business solutions. It gives you access to advanced productivity tools, powerful online presence, and superior customer experience to optimize your operations. It's a one-in-all package that consists of 4G plus router with 10 GB of free data, Microsoft Office, WebWiz, Unicom service, and so much more. Stay ahead of the competition. Call 100 or 0244 308 111. Email us at mtnbiz.gh@mtn.com. Visit mtn.com.gh/business or any MTN office for your Yellow Biz and stay connected everywhere you go. Terms and conditions apply.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
The other day, I visited Kweku at his spunky new office to congratulate him on opening his business. And man, was I impressed. The business is just moving quick. The sales, customers, everything is just working seamlessly. The secret? He said, it's MTN Business Broadband. In this fast-paced environment, we need fast and reliable internet to support all business types. No laggy online meetings, great download and upload speeds, impeccable business management systems, all inclusive. I mean, you can have it all. I signed on immediately.
To enable your business stay ahead and stay connected, make sure you're signed on to the best internet made just for businesses. MTN Business Broadband. Sign up today on broadband.mtn.com.gh and manage your account on my MTN app. Call 0244 308 111 for more information. We are good together everywhere you go.
From back in the day when Afro hair was trending and children had to queue to play Kojo's video game, Fun Milk was always irresistible. Today, it's an after-school source of refreshment. For you stuck in traffic and for us looking to cool off under the sun, the invitation is always that sound. So, whatever your choice, Fun Milk quality products keeps you cool and refreshed. Fun Milk triggers so much fun and excitement with just a blast of a horn. Fun Milk, spreading joy to everyone. This advert is FDA approved.
As a busy professional, I struggled with back and neck strain from long hours at my desk. To improve my focus, productivity, and well-being, I sought expert advice from the CEO of Expert Office Furnish.
After being in the furniture business for 25 years, I can tell you two things that causes back pain in the workspace: bad sitting posture and not sitting on a good chair. I recommend to you the Genevia Beeper chair, the chair that helps you to sit right when you don't sit right. It beeps for you to be able to sit right. The next will be the Enjoy chair. It takes every body shape and size. Buy a chair that will support your back and give you that comfort to be able to deliver on your job.
Expert Office Furnish offers molding furniture for comfort, productivity, and style. From seating to customized solutions, plus interior decoration services, they've got it all. Find them off the Atomic Hills Estate Road in Ashonman or call 0571 386602 on Facebook and Instagram at Expert Office Furnish.
On the go, night or day, PBL app is the easiest way. Bank secure, bank with ease. Right at your fingertips, bank is a breeze. PBL app making banking so clear. Anytime, anywhere, we're here. Safe, secure, banking for you. PBL app, simple and true.
Welcome to the future of banking. The Prudential Bank mobile app. Bank secure anytime, right from your phone. Access your accounts 24/7. Perform instant transactions. Pay bills. Link mobile money wallets. Scan and pay with GHQR. Manage your cards. Make seamless GIP interbank transfers. All with ease. No more banking hours. Take control and app your banking. Experience simple, secure and convenient banking. Download the PBL mobile app now. PBL mobile app. App your banking.
Rise and shine, it's another day to stay on point. Toast to spread, it's still on point. Watch it spread, it's all day long. Still on point, yes, it's still on point. It's still on point. Watch it spread, it's still on point. For your bread, it's still on point. For your toast, it's still on point. It's yummy, delicious, it's still on point. Still on point, yes, it's still on point. It's still on point. Still on point, yes, it's still on point. It's still on point. For your toast, it's still on point. It's still on point. Fortune spread, it's yummy, delicious. It's still on point.
Fortune spread, delicious, creamy, and always on point. This advert is FDA approved.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
And so we're getting into our Citi Business Festival on-air series for today. Today, we are talking about business planning for SMEs, and our guest is Benedict Bentil, Senior Manager for MTN Business Planning for SMEs. Enjoy this.
Welcome to another edition of the on-air series for the 2025 Citi Business Festival. This festival has been focusing on SMEs for our third week, and we're trying to understand how to set up your SME, finance it, market it, plan it well so it achieves great success. This 4th day of the 3rd week, we'll be speaking to a man you've heard before, and you'll be helping us to think about business planning for SMEs. Don't forget the Citi Business Festival On-Air Series brought to you by Absa Bank, MTN, and Zonda Technology. So our guest is no stranger. He's one of the few to come on a second time on the show. Benedict Bentil is the Senior Manager for Enterprise Business at MTN or MTN Business? MTN Business.
But still MTN.
I like it. It's the same as MTN Enterprise.
Yes.
The solution that powers businesses.
Exactly.
Amazing.
Yes.
It's good to have you.
Happy to be here.
So let my viewers understand what you do. So you're the Senior Manager for MTN Business. But what are the components of that?
Okay, so within MTN Business, I'm responsible for enterprise marketing, which is how we reach out to businesses that we serve, small enterprises and large. And then I'm also in charge of product development or solutions development, so how we innovate the new products. And then I experience. And then finally, the data that we feed on to design these solutions, so data and analytics as well.
So what do customers typically look like for a company like MTN? Because of course in the past, MTN customer is somebody who has a phone, who has your chip, but that's changed. Enterprise means a company, right?
So it's completely transformed now. It's a spectrum, and the spectrum is from a micro retail, just one person managing a shop by the roadside, or a nurse or a teacher, all the way to a large enterprise with global brands, you know, in SA or in the UK. So yes, it's a complete spectrum, and it's a different experience for each one.
So for the companies that you provide solutions for, what proportion of them would you say are SMEs?
Oh, the larger proportion are SMEs.
Okay.
SMEs, just by definition, even the ones we know of, the registered ones, are still the larger proportion. But the ones we don't even know of, the unregistered, are about 90% of the market at the moment.
Amazing. So that's quite interesting. So whereas individuals are dealt with on personal issues, maybe for companies, maybe with 1 or 2 people. So it's a more deliberate and involving process.
Exactly, and it involves contracts with customers. Even if it's one customer or one line, there's a contract that's signed. So it's a more intentional process when you're dealing with a business, even as small as a micro retail.
You do product development.
Yes.
That means you create solutions.
Yes.
For these companies. Again, for those of us who don't understand this, the product is your SIM, the data, right? So what kind of product do you do for a business? Let's talk. Give me a typical product that you provide for, say, a small, medium-sized company.
Okay, so like you said, it's no longer just a SIM with voice data and SMS. That is basic connectivity.
Okay.
Connectivity is how you reach the customer when it comes to technology. Now, layered on top of that are other solutions like software solutions, Microsoft solutions. You know, MTN now provides Microsoft. There are unified communication solutions that allow you to set up call centers and set up IVRs. There are other cloud solutions that help you build websites for SMEs. There are specialized bundles for women, for example, women in business, that affords them with healthcare solutions and insurance bundled into the mobile. So the days of just having mobile are over. It's a layered solution that goes all the way to the highest advanced solutions for businesses.
I remember reading an announcement that MTN has something called WebWays.
Yes.
So what's WebWays? How does it work?
So, you know, in those days when you'd have to hire a web developer, take about a month and pay him an astronomical amount of money to develop your website. That's why a lot of SMEs don't have websites. And we brought out a solution that basically in 48 hours, an AI allows you to be able to generate your own website, hosted, and you have your own domain and everything in a matter of just 48 hours for a very minimal sum.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. We'll talk about some of those solutions later on. So let's talk about business planning, right? What do we mean when we say business planning?
Well, business planning, to keep it in layman terms, it's just the process of analyzing all the requirements for your business, where your business is going, that's projections, the costs involved in your business, how your business is going to become profitable. Typically, people mistake it or confuse it with a business plan. Developing a business plan doesn't mean you've completed business planning.
Okay.
The business plan is one component of your business planning process.
Is it?
So all the way from your thought process when you're thinking about the business or trying to start the business, to when you've developed the business plan, source for funding, all those things, your SWOT analysis, all those things are part of the business planning process.
Which means an ongoing process.
It never stops. You keep planning.
Wow, because in my head it was like, I have a plan, I'm going to execute. But you're saying even in execution,
yes,
there's planning.
Every year, every quarter, CPI will change, Forex will change. You have to plan, forecast differently. So that's the typical mistake people make, where at the start they do a business plan and then they feel that's the end of it. But that's not how it should be. The business plan is only one component. Every year you should reforecast, you should analyze your costs, you should analyze your revenue, expand your channels, all those kind of things as part of the business planning.
And why is it important?
Well, you know, there's a term that if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And typically, if you're going into business, it is to make profit, to gain value. And if you are not planning, essentially, you probably need to have yourself re-examined. Why are you actually going into the business? Unless, of course, it's for charity or something. Once you are planning to gain value from the business or solve a problem for the market or for the populace, you should have a plan so that it does not fail from the start. Yeah.
Interesting. So let's now talk about who an SME is. Is there a working definition?
Oh yes. I think the good news is last year, the GEA, that's the Ghana Enterprises Agency, was able to codify the definition for SMEs for micro all the way to medium. And the micro is from 0 employees to 5 employees. 5 employees to 30 employees is for small, and then 31 to 100 is for medium. Now, there's also a revenue part of it, which is if the value of the business is, let's say, from 0 to 150,000, that's micro. 150,000 to 6 million, medium, and then above 6 million is small, and then above 6 million is medium. Now, there will always be exceptions like, specialized, SMEs and all that, but this is the working definition at the moment. There should be a mention that in Europe and in some more developed economies, they use the term SMB, which is small, medium business. But that rules out the non-formal,
So you have micro, small,
yes,
and medium,
yes,
so enterprises,
MSMEs.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And it is your argument that whether you are micro, small, medium, or large, you need business planning.
Yes, essentially every business, every business needs.
Because I was thinking about SMEs, particularly the micro, usually it's one person. He's doing everything. So, and again, people will say, I'm the guy doing marketing, I'm the guy doing sales, I'm the guy doing product development.
Yes.
Why do I need to? Well, I don't have time for business planning. That's something somebody else should do.
Yeah, so it's even easier to fail when you are the only person doing everything and you miss out on certain things. And that's why the business planning is very important, especially for the micros. So typically, a one-man business would not factor in certain costs that are incidental. So he drives to go and pick up his logistics and he doesn't calculate the cost of that transportation as part of his costs. He doesn't. From the moment you even start thinking about the business, you should note the time because you are working hours. You should calculate that cost. It's man hours. So if you don't do that, you realize your business is not becoming profitable and you're wondering what's happening. But it's just because you didn't plan it or you didn't factor all the costs and all those kind of things in it. Tax, all those things. So it's very important for even a one-man business to do that.
Something that came to yesterday, I was driving home and I usually buy fuel from a particular fuel station because I think they are much cheaper by like a little margin. So I had to meet somebody at a different fuel station. And then someone said, Charlie, just buy the fuel here. And then typical Ghanaian was like, no, this body are too expensive. I said, well, but the 30 minutes you spend to drive there is more expensive than the 2 pesos you will save.
Yes. The fuel you expend, the stress, the time you waste.
So I see cost from only a money, but what you just said, so cost is not just a money issue, it's also a time issue.
Time, resources, even the phone calls you make, you should cost it. Like you spent 5 minutes on a business call, cost it. If you bought a lunch during a working day, cost it. It's all part of it. And people should start learning to give themselves salaries, even the one-man businesses. Declare a salary for yourself, and every month you pay that to yourself. It makes it more formal and able to plan better.
The other thing that came to mind on this is, again, because of what I developed say, I want to have a meeting with you. And I've decided that virtual meetings actually are more effective.
Yes.
Because if I have to drive to Pokwasi to have a meeting for 2 hours, I could do probably less on Zoom.
Yes.
And have more targets met.
Yes. And now with the AI, you can have Zoom transcribe the meeting, take all the action points from that meeting, and provide.
It even told me what I'm supposed to do tomorrow morning.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yes.
I'll come to some tools we can use, but I'm happy where you're going with this. So you're saying whether you're micro, small, or medium, business planning is continuous.
Yes.
It never stops.
Yes.
It's not something you do before you start your business. All right. So let's go into some of the key factors to consider. All right. If you want to do business planning, just give me a few things you need to think about if you want to do a business plan.
Top of mind, the first thing is costs and revenue. You should always overestimate your costs and underestimate your income. It keeps you safe. And then you should do probably a quick SWOT analysis of your business. You should know what your value proposition is. The times when we used to just think in terms of products and services are gone. There should be a why. Why does the customer want to purchase, or what problem do I solve for the? So that's the value proposition. That should be very clearly stated. There should be forecasts, there should be projections. You should not only think about the next 3 months, you should think about the next year, the next 5 years.
Okay.
All these things are things that you should consider when you are planning your business. There's a whole lot, but even now the resources are available online. You can just Google, the considerations for business planning. You have all those key considerations there.
But you're saying overestimate your cost and underestimate your revenue.
Yes.
So you have a more realistic view of your operating profit.
Yes.
You mentioned a SWOT. What is a SWOT?
This would be an analysis that provides you with a view on your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities. I keep forgetting.
And your threats.
Yes, and your threats.
So your strength as a business.
Yes.
That means what you are good at.
Yes. Not just what you are good at, but what works for you too. So it's not maybe the location in which you are puts you closer to your customer base. It's a strength. Do you understand? And then
so the advantages you have in the market.
Yes. And then the weaknesses.
So for example, if you have a strong brand name, it's a strength.
Yes.
If you have a good location, maybe you're a fuel outlet, good location could be a strength.
Yes.
So Airport Shell has a strength.
Yes.
They are located at the right place.
Exactly. If you have a dedicated customer base, by default, it's a strength. Maybe you have a church group that buys only from you. It's a strength.
Or you are the first mover in the space.
In the market,
so people see you. So you take inventory of the strengths.
Yes.
Then what are the weaknesses then?
Yes, that's where a lot of people tend to hesitate, but you should be very honest and state your weaknesses. What goes against you? What puts you at a disadvantage versus your competition? It could be the same thing. Maybe logistically you are farther away from the consuming base than your competition is. Maybe you're the second mover to the market. Maybe the kind of taxes. Maybe you are outside the tax bracket. So a startup would have a 5-year, or 5 to 10 year tax waiver. Now, if you have already reached the 10 years, somebody who is now starting has that tax advantage and therefore can price differently from you. It's a weakness of yours. So you need to actually expand your view when you're thinking about your weaknesses so you don't miss anything.
So being a new entrant could be a weakness. The fact that people don't know you.
Yes. So you are on an unrecognized brand when there's an established brand. So typically in Ghana, for example, if you're an entrant into the telco space, it's going to take some time to build up a base that can work. So these are some of the things that can
Amazing. And of course the opportunities are what is possible out there you can exploit. So that's more external to the company.
Exactly.
So when you do the SWOT, that fits into what do you use the SWOT results for?
The SWOT results can be part of your business plan. It can be part of just a first view of what your business can do and what to look out for, what to correct, what to plan for. If you are very well aware of your weaknesses, you can start putting in interventions to correct those weaknesses. If you're well aware of the threats, you can preempt them. Maybe even it's a regulatory threat. You need to talk to maybe Ghana Standard Authority to get some licensing. You can handle all those things, but if you don't plan it, you don't have that view, you miss out on all these things, and your company could be shut down because you missed a particular standard that you were supposed to have.
And you are saying this is a regular thing you do?
Yes, because the environment always changes, the market changes, even regulatory requirements keep changing. Yes.
Interesting. We're still here for the Honors Series for Citi Business Festival 2025. This is our third week, and we're looking at SMEs. My guest is Benedict Bentil, Senior Manager for MTN Business. When we come back, we'll look at other components of a business plan, your channels, your finances, your operations. He will tell us a few tools you can use in that respect. Stay with us. Welcome back. This is the Honest Series for City Business Festival 2025. And our third week is focused on SMEs. My guess is they're actually micro, small, and medium. From 0 to 5, 5 to 30, 30 to 100. Lots of companies in Ghana are MSMEs. He's talking about business planning. It's not a one-day event. It's a process. He's giving us the SWOT, strength, weakness, opportunity, threat. He's also spoken to us about costs and revenues. Overestimate your costs, underestimate your revenue, so that you will surprise yourself. Now, you also said the other component of business planning is the channels. What's that?
So channels are how customers consume your business. In marketing, channels is different. It's how you reach your customers. But likewise, the same way, how do your customers consume your business? Do they access you online? Do they access you physically like a retail shop? Do they probably have to call to get a service? Those kind of things. So you have to establish your channels clearly and then start immediately measuring what the projections for each channel are. So it's 80% of your business going to come from walk-ins, whereas 20% is coming from online. Then you know how to invest in the presence in your walk-ins. Or if it's vice versa, then you know you have to push more on social media and stuff like that. So channels are very important. It is how your customers will consume your business or reach out to you. It also speaks to customer experience as well.
Good.
How do your customers report a fault or tell you the feedback from the service that they received? And you have to clearly spell out those channels as well.
So sometimes you have to create a new channel as a business owner so you can reach the market.
Yes.
The famous story of Dell and how they sort of changed the way consumers bought laptops.
Yes.
It's been a very big story.
Same as Netflix as well.
Yes.
From Blockbuster to...
So straight to your home.
Yes.
Financing and funding is something you should consider.
Yes.
Okay, talk to me about that.
So typically when business leaders are advising SMEs, they'll give them sources where they can source funding from. Some will tell you, talk to family members first, but before that, if you talk to a family member, know that is not a sustainable source of. So let's say you just need that to start up. But if you're already an established SME, you need to kind of diversify where your sources of funding are coming from. If the business is not self-sustaining at the beginning and you need some funding to push it, and then maybe later it becomes self-sustaining, you need to identify sources like maybe government funding, banks who have low interest solutions for SMEs. And there are specialized solutions like this out there specifically for SMEs. Even mobile money has a few loans available as well for SMEs and small businesses. So you need to identify which one suits you best. And then again, you calculate the interest you're going to pay on that as a cost, so that you know that when you're reselling or returning the money, it's going to cost you more than what you actually took. And then you factor that in, and your prices to your customers covers that fine, and your revenue is good. But the problem is people don't have that outlook, where they go for the loan, but they don't factor the interest into the price of their goods or services. And then when the time comes to pay the loan, it kind of affects their business negatively. So the business planning gives you that view where the interest on the loan, there's something called EBITDA. So the earnings before deductions, interest, tax, amortization. So you factor all those things in there, and you know what is going to come out of the revenue that's coming in and what's going to be left as profit. Then you have a clearer view on what exactly is your profit. I'm
going back to costs. A lot of people, including my company, we are seeing new cost centers. Data is an important cost center.
Yep.
It's also a very powerful tool.
Yes.
So when we started this company 20 years ago, our data needs were not that much, because we weren't doing a lot of things within the cloud and online, but now we do. How do you streamline your costs in a way that does not affect your productivity?
Okay.
Using data as an example. So give me a clue, because your company has the. How do you optimize your data in a way that generates the most value from it?
Okay, so the first thing is data as in connectivity or data as in data?
Connectivity.
Okay, good.
Sorry, yes.
All right.
I know.
So,
yes.
So because I'm telco,
I know.
okay.
I know.
So when it comes, if you use the example of connectivity,
yes.
it's something has to give. It always has to be at the expense of what? So if you want to, for example, stream your content online,
yes.
Initially, if you weren't streaming it online without the data, which markets were you reaching? The revenue that you're getting from those markets is X.
Yes.
But when you went online with the streaming, with the extra data, this is the revenue that's coming in. It's going to be more, you're going to reach larger markets, you're going to reach more diverse markets. And there's something about being online now where you have to be online in today's economy. The first place people go when they want to find out the best restaurant in Google.
Go online.
You have to have an online presence. So the data, you should see it as a cost that pays for itself. Because where it takes you to and the revenue that comes from there, you should always be able to attribute a cost to a revenue. So in our business, we call it cost of sales, where whatever equipment we are buying or whatever we are paying for, whether it's OPEX, there has to be a revenue impact, a return on that investment. If it's not making sense, then you need to modify how you are spending on that thing. So whatever you are spending data on, which is your connectivity, you need to calculate the impact that it's bringing back to you, and it will always usually be positive, unless, of course, it's being wasted on other things. Then you have to put in certain restrictions, like, limiting the sites that people can go to, and then maybe modifying the kind of streaming bandwidth that people have in your network.
So you're saying I could have CDs per mega, I don't know the megabyte, right?
Okay, what we call the ERM, the effective rate per megabyte.
Yeah, because in electricity, we have cents per kilowatt
hour. Yeah.
Okay, so you're saying, let's assume I have a bundle that's 10 gig that I spend in a month. I should be able to think about that 10 gig in terms of how much money it will give me. So let's assume this 10 gig costs me 500 CDs. My content that the 10 gig pushes out, and the business the 10 gig brings in, should be more than the 500.
It should be net positive. And that's the mistake people make. They don't calculate what the impact is. Every CD that you spend, you should calculate what it will do for you and what it will bring back to the business. Does it keep you from getting a fine? In that case, you've saved yourself a fine of 1 million CDs. Does it bring more market? Does it bring you 100 more customers who are going to spend 10 CDs each? That means they're going to give you 1,000 when you spend 500. So your net profit on that 500 is another 500. You get the point. So every expenditure, it's not only data, transport as well. Every time you move, what is the impact you're going to get back? Every time you move your car, your bicycle, what are you going to get in return? If you're meeting this person, what's the business value of that meeting? That way you're able to get a net positive on everything. When you realize it's not net positive, then you can say, okay, let me do an online meeting instead of driving to meet you.
Which is why some companies have a system where they pipe data to various departments differently.
Yes, exactly.
So for example, the creative content team may have more data
Higher
than
bandwidth,
just the administrative guys who are just pushing emails.
Exactly.
Because if you don't do it that way, they'll be watching movies in the office and taking data, while the guys who are actually creating the value may be having the difficulty even uploading it.
Exactly.
So it's possible to then get tools that can optimize that 10 gig in a way that... That's an interesting... But do you have tools like that can help? So let's assume I'm getting 10 gig per month. Are you able to help me divide it within 3 departments in a way that will let the guys who are doing the most will get 9 gig and the other people get 1 gig? Can you help me?
So when, now I'll give you 2 scenarios. For the large enterprises, typically they'll go for what we call dedicated internet. That dedicated internet, you can actually put a bandwidth manager in, and it can split it between various departments. On top of that, we have what we call software-defined wide area network, where maybe you have branches. You can even decide which branches require heavy bandwidth and push more bandwidth to them, or which branches need more speed to access a particular application at the headquarters and push more bandwidth there. But for SMEs, on your router, you can download off-the-shelf bandwidth managers, install it on your router, and then you decide how you split the bandwidth or who has more access versus who. You can create users, and then people can access it. But in our space, usually the dedicated internet provides you the ability to split your bandwidth, and the software-defined wide area network as well also gives you the ability to do it across the country to various branches.
Would you recommend that I use AI to help me in my business planning?
Of course. I think I've spoken about this a few times. AI is something that you cannot avoid. It's almost like the gift that keeps on giving. You should be cautious about the data you feed it, knowing that that data will be part of a pool that can be used to maybe help others or abuse them, but just be cautious when you use it. But AI definitely will help you. You can talk to ChatGPT, give it all the conditions or the parameters of your business, and it will help you develop a clean business plan, and then you download it and just start executing. You can even set up AIs that will remind you to do certain things that can check your what do you qualify for in terms of tax deductibles. You can't go and study the entire tax code yourself, but you can just tell ChatGPT right now. If anybody's online, they can try it. Ask ChatGPT to analyze Ghana's tax code, and then tell it you're an SME, what deductions apply to you. It will tell you immediately the tax waivers that you are qualified for. So you definitely use AI as much as possible. It's like a personal assistant that will keep helping you.
Amazing. So AI can definitely be a tool for business planning.
Definitely.
Just how has business changed between the time you joined this sector and today? I'm sure you've been in this industry for over 15 years, right?
2010 is when I started in telco. Yes, and when
I joined Twitter in 2009. So that's some time back.
Yeah.
So if you see where the world is today, how has business changed?
So a lot of business has moved online. That's the first thing. You have a lot of micro retail entrepreneurs on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok now. You don't need to see a customer to serve them now. People are serving customers in the north just from their phone.
Yeah.
And e-commerce is what has basically streamlined that. So Momo payments, the other third-party payment platforms.
Yeah.
It allows you basically to fulfill an end-to-end transaction without ever meeting the customer. However, again, the caveat there, fraud. Always be careful of advance fee fraud. Don't give your PIN out to people, stuff like that. We should be very cautious when it comes to the e-commerce space. But I think the major change has been businesses moving online and then the e-commerce part. There's still a lot of people left behind in informal, and our goal is to try and bring them to the formal. But we need to work together with government and other agencies to see how we can move that 90% into the formal space.
Give me a platform that an SME listening to us can reach you if they want to either be on your marketplace or they want to be part of a pool of SMEs that you help.
Okay, so for MTN Business, you can reach us. Our email is, you go to the MTN Business website. In fact, just go to the MTN website, click on business. You find all our products and services. There are contact details there. You can reach us on 0244308111. That goes straight to MTN Business. But you can also call 100 and you get to MTN and you can reach MTN Business there. But basically just Google MTN Business. You find how to reach us. It shouldn't be that difficult. You can also walk into any of our offices. Our staff there are trained to be able to help you as well. Or maybe reach out to any MTN staff. Any of them can help.
Wonderful. Thank you, Benedict, Senior Manager, MTN Business. We've been talking about business planning for SMEs. And typically, I've gone all over the place, asking anything I want. Hopefully, you've learned something from it. Thank you for supporting us and also for giving us these great insights. That's all we have time for today's edition. So this is the last in the series for this week, where we've been talking about law for SMEs. We've spoken about marketing for SMEs. We've spoken about financing your SME. And we are ending with business planning with Benedict Bentel. We'll see you next time. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the game of choices. Listen with rapt attention. Round 1, question 1. Elevator or stairs?
Stairs.
Now the second question. Less than 4 hours or at least 6 hours of sleep at night?
At least 6 hours of sleep.
The last question. Yomi yogurt or...
Yomi yogurt, of course.
I'm not done.
No need. That's my choice. Yomi yogurt.
Life is full of choices. Always remember that the choices we make today shape our tomorrow. Whether it's a morning start, a midday snack, or a dessert, our delicious Yomi yogurt is here to nourish you. Yummy, a nourishing choice. This advert is FDA approved.
Charlie, where are you?
Bossman, I'm at the bank.
Really? But your car is in front of your house.
Bro, my bank on my phone, Charlie.
Oh, how?
EcoBank, bro. With EcoBank mobile app, I can do everything, anywhere, anytime. Listen, I just checked my account balance, paid Ahmed's school fees, and sent money to my grandma at Walwale.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Masa, just download the EcoBank mobile app from the Google Play Store or the App Store, or dial *770# and be your own bank manager.
Manager.
Whether to pay bills or fees, to check account statements, send money across Ghana, abroad, and more, EcoBank mobile app has got it covered. EcoBank Mobile, making everyday people live everyday lives the EcoBank way. EcoBank, the Pan-African bank.
Oh, right into the pond.
Of course, a pro indeed, Andy.
Another message? Oh, wait, not again.
Why, what's wrong?
We've exceeded our fuel budget by 15,000 Ghana cedis this month. It doesn't make sense.
Oh, that's crazy. Just for a few vehicles?
Exactly. We spend so much on fuel, but I don't even know where it's going.
I had the same problem until Instroma GPS saved me. Their fuel monitoring system stops fuel theft and wastage, saving me thousands, bro.
Really?
Yeah. It paid for itself in months. Plus, I get monthly reports that track every drop of fuel. Hey, I don't go lose God. Take control of your fuel costs today. Get a free demo of Instroma's fuel monitoring system. Call 024-676-7662 now. Instroma GPS. Your choice. Your savings.
From back in the day when Afro hair was trending and children had to queue to play Kojo's video game, Fun Milk was always irresistible. Today, it's an after-school source of refreshment. For you stuck in traffic and for us looking to cool off under the sun, the invitation is always that sound. So, whatever your choice, Fun Milk quality product keeps you cool and refreshed. Fun Milk triggers so much fun and excitement with just a blast of a horn. Fun Milk, spreading joy to everyone. This advert is FDA approved.
Imagine waking up to serenity every day, surrounded by nature's beauty and luxury at your fingertips in a gated estate you can be proud to call your home. Welcome to Western Villas, located at Ai Mensa, where our stunning homes redefine elegance. At Western Villas, each home is a masterpiece, designed with precision and love. From swimming pool, gym, playground, beautiful landscaped gardens, and private balconies, making every day feel like a retreat. We also have executive plots for sale at McCarthy Hill, strategically located and offer unparalleled views, easy access to amenities, and endless possibilities for executive living. With just 5% deposit, you can reserve your space. Contact us today to learn more about our luxury homes at Ai Mensa or executive plots at McCarthy Hill. Call us now on 0536 502295 or visit www.westernvillas.com for more information.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Oh yeah, your words, oh yeah. And that includes Diamond
Diamond cement is the highest quality on the Ghanaian market. We have the 42.5 hour grade. We have the 32.5 hour grade. We are rated green by the EPA. For all builders and those within the space, please go for Diamond cement. We are across the country. You'll find our factories in Aplauta, Kredi and Buepe. Call us, let's do business. 0244 313 368. Diamond cement is still as hard as a diamond. Attention please, this is an account information update call from Omni Basic Bank to all our beautiful customers. Kindly proceed to any of our branches or visit our website www.omnibasic.com.gh to update your account records with your Ghana card. For more information, 0307 086,000 080 010 0790. Have a beautiful day. Omni Basic Bank, not just another bank. And if you're ready to lead at the next level, the Management Bootcamp 2025 is your game changer. From the trusted teams behind Citi FM and Channel 1 TV comes a power-packed elite leadership experience designed to ignite your strategic edge, sharpen your decision-making, and elevate your executive presence. So unlock insights from top industry leaders in strategic thinking, organizational culture, crisis management, so much more. This is happening from Sunday the 22nd of June to Saturday the 28th of June 2025. The venue is the Platinum Bay and Passion Bays Hotels. Call us 0242011424 to register. 0242011424. Seats are limited, so secure yours now. The Management Bootcamp 2025, inspired by Channel 1 TV with support from 97.3 Citi FM. Now, dear valued shareholder, your trusted financial partner, GCB Bank, is committed to ensuring that your shares with us continue to thrive and yield positive returns. Having accurate content information on you will enable us to communicate important updates and notifications regarding your shares directly. So please come, let's update your details. Visit any of our branches nationwide to get that done. Go online, gcbbank.com.gh. Get that done as well. Shareholders registered on the CSD may contact their brokers for the necessary records updates to be done. Just a few steps and you're good to go. GCB is your bank for life. Thank you for doing the listening. My name is Caleb. Kaka, before we go, you have anything to say? I mean, this weekend we're doing the Agri-fair starting from Friday to, Sunday. We'll be seeing you when we come around.
Yes, I'm planning on going tomorrow.
Nice.
To get some food stuff for the weekend.
Super.
Yes, so that the Saturday and the Sunday I'll just go to enjoy the party.
Oh, right. No, that sounds like a plan.
That's a plan.
No, me, I will go there to look for the grills, and we're going to chop on the go. Yeah, so we'll be right there. We'll cross over to the Lisa Hotel where Professor Canton is speaking today's session. Enjoy.